The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School football starts now.
Two of the state's top 5A programs rekindle a rivalry, with tonight's survivor earning a trip to the state championship next weekend at Kroger Field. Along with Kellen Barnes and the rest of our crew on Glycod.com, I'm Chris LeBar, and welcome to the Farm in Lexington. These two teams no strangers to a deep postseason run, Kellen.
Yeah, you got a lot of experience here on the field. Owensboro in 4A and then now up in 5A. They've been experienced here, and Frederick Douglass, recently has made a lot of runs deep into the playoffs.
They sure have. Fourth straight year these two teams have met in the semifinals. In this Owensboro team, they shut out a very strong offensive group from Fairdale last week.
Yeah, that was very impressive. They did a good job up front of controlling Fairdale's powerful offensive line. They stopped the Fairdale running game and forced them to throw the ball, and they shut them out. It was impressive, very, very impressive on film. This is
an Owensboro defense. We'll talk in more depth about them as the pregame show rolls on, only giving up 10 points a game. Conversely, the Douglass team, a shutout of their own in the second half versus Woodford County last week. Ty Bryant, the difference in that game.
Yeah, Ty Bryant showed a lot of leadership. This is a different group than the Woodford group last week. The Woodford group was young and had a little bit of experience sprinkled in here and there. This Owensboro group is very experienced. They're not going to get rattled. I look for this to be a really tight, nip and tuck game all the way.
This Douglass team, offensively, perhaps some inconsistencies throughout the season. They're going to have to be very sharp tonight.
Yeah, they're going to need to be very sharp, but also remember, Chris, it's not as cold as it was last week, so Cole Carpenter might be able to make some big plays in the passing game tonight.
He will be one of our keys to the game. We'll talk about that in a little bit of depth. Up next, I'll check in with Jason Fallon, the Owensboro head coach. He'll discuss the Stern Bronco Challenge that his group will face tonight. More coverage when we come back to the Farm on Glycod.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by The Prescription Pad, a modern pharmacy with old school values. At 465 Keene Center Drive in Nicholasville. Phone 859-887-2841 or go online to prescriptionpad.net.
Jay Fallon, head coach of Owensboro, joins me. Jay, quite the journey to get back and take on Douglass now 4 straight years. How would you describe the season to date?
Oh, well, very successful season. We're happy to be playing in semifinals, one of the 4 teams left in 5A. Excited to be playing against another great program. And anytime you're playing Thanksgiving week and practicing on Thanksgiving Day, it's been a successful season.
The expectation is for you guys to play this deep into the season. What kind of work goes in?
Well, that's year-round, in the weight program in the winter, and then the spring ball towards the end of the semester, and then we get into our June workouts and then come back from dead period in July and hit the ground running, and it's nonstop from that point forward.
Great defensive effort, Coach, giving up about 11 a game. What makes your unit so special defensively?
Senior laden, experienced in big games, matters a lot to them, ton of experience in general. Many of them have been starting since they were sophomores. This will be the 3rd time they've played Douglas on the field. Played a state championship game as sophomores, so just a lot of experience, and it matters a great deal to them, and they play very, very hard.
Broncos defense gets a lot of accolades. Do you feel like maybe your guys don't get the recognition they should statewide?
I don't know. I think that some of that, we try not to pay too much attention to who recognizes and who doesn't, because we think that, the people that matter know, and that, we always want our kids to have as much recognition and opportunity as they can possibly have, but we really try to focus on that which we can control. And whether or not we're in a big market like Lexington or Louisville is not something that we can control.
As you assess this Douglas team, what are your specific concerns?
Well, they're just good across the board. They're a very talented team. Obviously, their defense is sort of their bell cow where they hang their hat as a team, but they're very good on special teams and offense too, and very efficient, very strong in the run game on offense, and big offensive line and a stable of really talented running backs. So they really don't have a weakness.
Thanksgiving week, what was it like as you guys geared up for this one?
Always fun. Always fun to be playing this time of year and practice on Wednesday and Thursday in the morning before school. I mean, when there's no school, it's just a special time of year to still be playing.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Head
that.
Coach Fallon will be right back.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Tonight's keys to the game presented by CSL Plasma. Become a plasma donor today and help save lives. With 2 locations in Lexington, Kellen running game very important for both teams tonight.
Yeah, it's really gonna come down to that, honestly, because it's whoever can control the clock, control the ground game, control the ball is going to be in charge of this game.
We talk about the Owensboro defense being so sound, but do they have the speed on the outside? That could prove big tonight.
Yeah, they're fundamentally sound, which is important. So sometimes being fundamentally sound overcomes a little bit of lack of speed, and the experience they have is definitely going to overcome any deficiencies they have.
You talked about Cole Carpenter and his up and down play. What's needed from him tonight?
He just needs to be consistent. He's got to hit that over the top ball that they're going for. When they go for that over the top ball, if he hits it, it's going to be a big play every time, because you got guys out there that can really run, and it's really hard for the defense to cover him. So if he can be consistent and just be the big man in the pocket, he's going to make those big plays, and they're going to have success tonight.
This Bronco running game, a three-headed monster. Nathan McPeak, he'll talk more about those guys when we return. It's Owensboro and Frederick Douglass 5A semifinal from the farm in Lexington. More coverage when we come back on glycod.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small-town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back to the farm. Nathan McPeak, head coach of the Broncos, joins me. His club will take on Owensboro in the state semifinal. Seems like you guys always connect about this time of the year. Is there anything specifically different about this Owensboro team, Nathan?
No, not really. They're pretty much the same team as they were a year ago. They were junior dominated. They got obviously a lot of good players. Defensively, they're very elite, very similar to us. They have a lot of guys on defense that played a lot of football. They run to the ball well. Their defensive front is really, really good. Our offensive line is going to have to play better than they did the last 2 weeks to give us an opportunity to get back to Kroger Field.
You guys played so well in the second half versus Woodford, especially Ty Bryant on the ground. What was the difference in the second half?
His will to win. I mean, there's a reason why he decided to come back and not go on to Kentucky and use the Senate bill. Number one, with his age, he was really young, but, he wants an opportunity to get back to Kroger Field and try to finish this deal. And, he knows nothing's guaranteed, but, his will to win in the second half was the reason he's going to Kentucky, the reason that I think he's got an opportunity to be a captain there in the future. He's a great kid, but his will to win in the second half, really was the difference. Obviously, our defense was elite again. They were averaging over 45 points a game. So, it was an opportunity where, we had to have somebody like him be able to run the football.
All three backs, Horton, Harton, and of course Ty, seems like they all do something very, very well in different ways.
Yeah, they do. Ty is obviously a great athlete, but at the same time, he's a really physical runner. Davon is very consistent. He's a really good football player, understands cuts and angles, and, just his knowledge of the game is exceptional. Maybe not quite the athlete that the other two are, but he's outstanding. And obviously, you have 4.3 speed with TJ when it's healthy. He's got to play better than he has the last couple of weeks. He knows that. Really his last great performance was Boyle, and that's really for us offensively in general, period. So, we got to play better on that side of the ball, and our defense has got to keep doing what they do. And, Cooper's got to be solid in the kicking game.
We talked last week about some special teams woes versus Covcath. I thought Terry and Hicks did a great job snapping the ball. What did you see?
Yeah, he did a good job. He obviously starts at corner for us, and losing Corey as that short snapper was obviously an issue in the game before against Covcath, and it's a situation where he did a good job. Hopefully, he can continue to do that because we're going to need him, that's for sure. But overall, it was pretty clean.
What's this week been like? I know it's very special and unique to practice on Thanksgiving, but then to have some former players come back and join you guys.
Yeah, it was really cool yesterday. Our alumni base is huge, only been in school for 5 years. This is our 6th year in the football program. But it was really cool to see 25, 30 of those guys yesterday. And, at the end of practice, I thanked them and because of all their hard work and helping build this program. And, there was guys from the 17 original team there. There was guys from the 18 team there. And, really all the way through, and a lot of those guys are currently playing college football. So it's really cool, and I want our young guys, obviously, to see that so they can continue to build and want to practice on Thanksgiving in the future. And that's the reason we do it, and we've been blessed to do it 4 years in a row, and we don't take that for granted. But, this week's been a lot of football-based stuff because we were, not a lot of school this week, Monday and Tuesday, and then the rest of the week was off. So got a chance to focus on football, and hopefully our kids will play well tonight.
Do you feel like Woodford tested you for what you might see tonight from a competitive standpoint?
Yeah, I think, again, every game's different. I'm hopeful that, when you compare our playoff opponents, honestly, the last couple of years to this year, even though we're the 1 seed, we've played some really competitive teams. Covington Catholic was top 5 RPI. Woodford probably wouldn't have played us if they didn't get upset by Simon Kenton. So, we played athletic teams. We've played disciplined teams, especially defensively. And it'll be very similar tonight. So hopefully our kids aren't as shocked by the speed. I feel like the last couple of years that we've played Owensboro, our kids are kind of shocked by how fast they run on defense early in the game. Mainly because we hadn't played anybody like that up until that point, because we had played in our district, which we're familiar with, and we played a Southwestern team that's just a physical downhill team, not super fast. So, this year has been a little complete opposite of that. So hopefully that'll help us. But, at the end of the day, we got to play, block, tackle, and do all the simple things to win the game.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Head Coach Nathan McPeak. We'll be right back on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Chris LeBar and Kellen Barnes back live at the farm in Lexington. A perfect night for high school football. Very special for both these teams and all these other remaining teams to be practicing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I had 2 opportunities to do that. It's so special. It makes the hair on my arm stand up just thinking about it because you remember all those guys. And we did it. We had big turkey legs all over the place and everything like that. Lots of gravy for the big guys up front. So, it's just a fun time. It's something you can look back when you get older and say, I was there, I did that. And like I said, the hair races up on my arms just thinking about those guys.
All these teams, it seem like they're more prevalent posting on Twitter, and a lot of the community members, ex-players now coming back for that special practice, and it's more of a community effort than maybe it was back in the day.
Yeah, for sure. The social media makes a big difference today, and kids looking up to those the older group that went before them and trying to prove something to those older guys. Even that has more of an old school feel to it than it does, but that new school social media bringing in the old school feel is kind of cool to me. So.
And Nathan McPeak, he's very respectful of all these other teams and programs that have been around much longer than Douglas. This is the 6th season, but they're trying to build that program.
Yeah, he's doing it the right way. You got to run the ball. I learned a long time ago from a lot of the guys that I coach with and a lot of guys that coach me, the team that runs the ball the best is going to win the game. Run the ball, not commit penalties, and the team that tackles the best really is going to win the game. But running the ball is the key because it allows you to control the clock, control the game. And it just settles everyone down because it allows the defense to relax. It allows the offense to relax. Everybody in the stands kind of gets that comfortable feeling watching the game. We were listening to Coach McPeak describe Ty Bryant, his will to win, and you just had a nice grin on your face. Yeah, it was so obvious last week when we were here. He just took over that game in the second half. He said, I don't want to lose. And you could tell he told all of his teammates on the sideline, we're not going to lose, and I'm going to show you how not to lose this. We will take a quick break, talk more about this Owensboro team. They've won 10 consecutive games now, actually 10 games or more in 3 straight years. We'll talk more about the Devils when we come back.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Owensboro and Frederick Douglass from the farm in Lexington. This Red Devil program, quite the proven commodity in the postseason.
Yeah, 4 straight years playing in the semifinals. That's amazing. That's just incredible consistency. That's incredible coaching and incredible commitment by the kids.
And Jay Fallon inside year 8. And this team, they've got a great balance, seemed like run-pass balance.
Yeah, they really set up the pass with the run, and they want to do that, but, they're able to throw the ball if they can't run it. And they're very calm and composed. Lots of seniors.
Casey Boone, one of those seniors, 6'2", 160, over 3,200 career pass yards, 49 touchdowns. And then Kenyatta Carbon was the 5A District 1 Player of the Year, 1,400 yards on the ground for him.
He's very impressive. Carbon is the engine that makes this team go. But, Casey Boone can really spin it, Chris. He's a good player, and he's going to make a difference tonight.
And Boone, really the understudy for at least a season and a half by the Rutgers commit, Wimsett, and now he's got the opportunity. His second year as a starter, and he hadn't looked back.
Well, and he's a completely different player than Wimsett, but at the same time, he's composed in the pocket, makes the right read a lot of the time. And, it's great when you get to hand it to a guy like Carbon. So,
defensively, Red Devils giving up 11 points per game, plus 4 turnover margin. And top tacklers, Xander Early, 5'10", outside linebacker, 70 tackles, including 11 stops versus Fairdale last week. And then Jeremiah Goodwin, perhaps the best athlete they have. He'll do it on offense. And then at linebacker, 52 stops, 11 sacks.
Well, you're looking at teams in 5A that play several kids both ways, and so that is very impressive to do that, to have those high numbers on both sides of the ball. Very impressive.
And we were looking at Owensboro's schedule at the last break, and of course they start losing to St. X, but then they perhaps the disappointing, surprising loss at Owensboro Catholic, but it's been wins the rest of the way.
Well, yeah, and another impressive win. They had a team that was in the 6A Elite 8. They beat Henderson County. These guys can play again. Both of these teams can play with anybody in the state of Kentucky. They have all the speed, all the talent, all the experience they need to win.
The winner will take on the winner of Southwestern and Bowling Green. That game will kick at 7:30 Eastern. And also across town, Bryan Station, they are looking for, wow, how about the Defenders looking for a trip to the state final?
And they got a tough one. That Egan kid is unbelievable. He's the thing for Bullitt East. But you know what? I was watching the Bryant defense just in my spare time a little bit because I love football. Those guys, they got a plan, and they like to hit.
Philip Hawkins done a tremendous job. The Bryan Station Bullitt East game, that will kick at 7, also on Glycod, so you can bounce back and forth. We will have the kickoff here at the farm. It's Owensboro and Douglass kickoff next on Glycod.com.
Folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
From Glycod, it's R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football. R.J. Corman Railroad Group in Nicholasville, serving the railroad industry since 1973. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance Agents Sean Atkinson and Kyle Rowe, big on commitment. Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. The Jessamine County Health Department, jessaminehealth.org. The Prescription Pad, your local pharmacy in Nicholasville. Elite Building Products for all your window, door, and siding needs. CHI St. Joseph Jessamine and Citizens National Bank. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football.
A great crowd on hand as we welcome you back to the farm in Lexington. Frederick Douglass won the toss, deferred Owensboro football to start, and we welcome all of you tuning in back in Owensboro. Great to have you here on Glycod.com. Chris LeBar along with Kellen Barnes, Jackson Miller, our producer. Should be a fantastic matchup.
It will. We're watching them run onto the field right now. You know, this is when you're getting keyed up, getting hyped up, getting ready to play, getting all that yelling out, jumping and bouncing around, getting fired up.
So these two teams meeting for the fourth straight year in the semifinal. Douglass winning 2 of the previous 3. Of course, the Broncos been the heavy favorite in 5A all season long. Still 2 wins shy of their ultimate goal.
Chris, one matchup I'm interested to watch is the interior. I know it's hard sometimes for people to watch that on the internet or on TV, but if you really want to see a battle tonight, watch the inside 3, the center guard and tackle for the Owensboro Red Devils on offense, play against Harkless and Hand on defense. Those are some wonderful players, and if you want to see some good, outstanding blocking and defensive line play, those guys are fun to watch in there.
Well, and Woodford's offense is so prolific in their own right, and the Douglass defense pitched the shutout in the second half.
Well, yeah, and they just put so much pressure on the young quarterback, Nason, to make plays. You know, they took away the fullback, and, you know, they just overpowered him a little bit inside.
Owensboro, Frederick Douglass, the winner to the 5A state championship next Saturday, 8 p.m. opposite the winner of undefeated Southwestern and perennial power Bowling Green. Khalil Rogers back for the Red Devils as Cooper Ranvier begins the festivities with a very, very high and short kick. It's grabbed by Hampton, and Hampton tripped up at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, great play to get underneath the block there.
So the Owensboro offense, the linemen left to right, Lindsey, Curry, Miller, Williams, and Trevor Miller. Quarterback Casey Boone, 6'2", 160-pound senior, 1,500 pass yards on the year with 15 TDs and 9 interceptions. Kenyatta Carbon, the featured running back, over 1,400 yards on the ground, with Rogers, Kimbrell, and Goodwin in some concoction outside. So 1st and 10, first play from scrimmage as Boone will put it in the belly of Carbon, and Carbon spinning out. Short yardage, he's chased out up to the 28-yard line. That's Isaiah Kinney on the stop.
Interesting play there. Owensboro came out in an unbalanced formation, and there wasn't a whole lot of adjustment because it was into the boundary. But again, good pursuit by the Broncos.
Kinney with a huge interception last week, really propelling Douglass in that second half. 2nd down and long. Here's Goodwin, and Goodwin strung out for no gain in its third and long as Darian Neal sneaks in for the stop.
Chris, Darian Neal made the stop, but Harkless made the play. He just blew the guard straight back into the backfield. No chance for Carbon there, Chris.
Already Owensboro up the mountain on third down and long as Douglas trying to force a 3 and out. Boone will send Goodwin in motion with Carbon. Position to the right of Boone on a high snap, and Boone, they need 11, and he's going to spin it for an incompletion just out of the reach beneath us of Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers fell down. The ball was overthrown. Great coverage. There's 2 guys on him. A 3 and out. Outstanding 3 and out by the Broncos there.
Jeremiah Goodwin on the punt for Owensboro with Dunn back for the Broncos. So a perfect script of a start for this Douglas D. And a high angling kick. It's going to chase Douglas back to the 30-yard line. It's Ty Bryant, and Bryant slithers across midfield, and he is still on his feet before he's slung out at the 46-yard line.
What a play. Great blocking. They ran like a semi-wall there, Chris, where they kind of got everybody going one way and then blocked him up really well on special teams. Great play there by the special teams of the Broncos.
So the Bronco offense coordinated by Evander Harris. We'll have it at the Owensboro 46. Linemen left to right, Kennedy, Lawson, and Grimes. The right side includes Lout and Zuri Madison, who played very well at right tackle last week, 6'5", 277. Cole Carpenter, first year as a quarterback starter for Douglas, transferring in the offseason from Madison Southern.
Well, Owensboro is going to do it differently than Woodford County did last week. Woodford County put a lot of pressure on Cole Carpenter. This week, you're going to see Owensboro kind of do it a little bit differently. They're going to try to control it up front.
Looked like Davon Hart got a running start in that empty set formation, so 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15.
Interesting to look. Davon Hart starts tonight. We need to we'll find out about TJ Horton.
P.D. Harris the second, the white hat tonight. Trips out to the far side for Douglas as they'll open in an empty concoction on 1st down at 15, and Carpenter will pepper it, and that ball deflected and incomplete. Nice closing speed by Rogers to deflect that.
I would stay away from that one. That one almost went back for 6.
Tylon Webb, the intended target.
Well scouted there, Chris. Well scouted by the Owensboro defense.
Split out far will be Tate Johnson. 2 receivers beneath us. Dunn scampers in motion. Inside handoff and a burst across the 40 down to the 38. Very close to a 1st down as Douglas connects on 2nd and long. It's Davon Hart.
Again, you get that inside, those inside 3. They just creased him just a little bit in there, and Davon Hart hit it hard right up the middle.
So 3rd down and a couple for the Broncos, just outside of the Owensboro 40-yard line. And Carpenter in the belly of Hart, and he's going to twist and be very close to a 1st down as he's inched down at the 36.
He is a load. He got hit in the backfield and drug the defender past the 1st down marker, Chris.
It will be a 1st down, so 2 consecutive runs by Davon Hart, and that's the first down of this game after Owensboro goes 3 on out on their first drive. Broncos from the Red Devils 36 with 2 receivers to the far side. Howard in motion. He's going to lead block for Hart, and Hart trudging forward for about 3 yards inside.
Owensboro's going to have to tackle a little bit better if they're going to be successful tonight. They missed him again in the backfield there.
Well, there you see the MO with this Douglas offense. You talked about the running game and Hart with 3 straight loads.
Well, you know, they tried to get a little tricky with the empty set, and then they just went back to the old bread and butter.
A 2nd down and medium for the Broncos. Trips out to the far side with Dunn in the slot. And Carpenter, he's going to gun it well out of the reach of Dunn.
Interesting. That's a new formation. We did not see that one last week from the Broncos. That's an unbalanced formation with a tight end to the trips, maybe for a little bit of pass protection. But again, yes, he needs to throw it a lot better there, Chris.
Done with 3 touchdowns in the last couple of weeks. As Carpenter waiting the play calls, the Broncos inching down the field after an early false start penalty. They'll be nestled at the Red Devils' 32. And Carpenter, plenty of time to throw. He's looking for Howard, and Howard down the seam, out at the 5, and a first down.
Great throw there. They got him with the wheel from the motion. The little H-back went in motion. He ran up the sideline on the wheel, and the outside linebacker for Owensboro saw it late. Great throw.
That's a gain of 26 to the 6 for the U of L baseball commit Thomas Howard, and Douglas knocking on the door. It's 1st and goal. Hart with those bright pink gloves. He is the featured back behind Carpenter. And Hart picks his way across the 3. And they'll mark him back at the 5 as he'll fall back. It's 2nd down in goal, Broncos.
You can tell these teams know each other well. Frederick Douglass has already done a couple of things that they didn't even show last week. They traded a tight end in the wing that they didn't show last week. So they're trying to do some different stuff to switch up Owensboro.
Broncos shuffle Tate Johnson. He'll be split out at the top of your screen, out on an island opposite Rogers. Dunn in motion. He's the decoy, and the Broncos driving to the goal line, and they will be denied at the 2. It's Davon Hart again.
It's a great stop. Great push by the Owensboro line. They got creased a little bit, but then they're really filling on the tackles by the secondary and the linebackers. Big play here.
Red Devil linebacker core includes Goodwin, Hampton, and Early. And it's 2nd down. Check that 3rd down in goal, Douglas. 3rd and goal from the 2. Hart zooming towards the goal line. Douglas in for a score.
Yeah, they pushed him right. They pushed the whole defense into the end zone, Chris. It was great effort by the whole offense there.
So Davon Hart, his 13th rushing score of the year. And Douglas on the board with a 6-0 lead. So we get another look and a great inside block by that offensive line.
Yeah, that whole drive, they just overpowered them, Chris. They completed one pass, and then they just overpowered them the rest of the drive.
Cooper Ranvier on for the extra point try. 90% connectivity rate for his career. It is the 2nd highest in this game. We'll tell you about his adversary momentarily as Ranvier's kick high and through, and Douglas on the board at the farm. 7-0 Broncos. We'll return after this on Glycon.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Davon Hart in, and Douglas up early, Kellen.
Yeah, really impressive drive there to start. They just kind of manhandled Owensboro up front. They hit the one pass play that was nice, but the rest of it was just physical message being sent early.
Hampton and Rogers back for the Red Devils after Owensboro goes 3 and out on their first drive. A high but shorter kick fielded by Hampton. And Hampton able to scoop that up off the turf and slung down at the 13.
Yeah, Owensboro's going to have to do something quick to change the momentum here. Frederick Douglass is very fired up, very confident, and they're playing like it.
So early in this game, but the Red Devils need some positive vibes here on this drive. Casey Boone goes back to work. with Carbon and Goodwin behind him. And Pendleton in motion. There is Goodwin with the call, and he'll lunge forward up to the 16.
Just not a whole lot of room to run. It's difficult when you can't move the inside two guys. They're pushing them straight back.
Jeremiah Goodwin had a great game last week. Season high 152 versus Fairdale, including a couple of scores. And it's second down and long for the Red Devils on the short side of the field. As Carbon trudging and slung down up to the 17, and Douglas forcing third down and long.
Yeah, again, we talked about this last week, and we'll talk about it again this week. Great team speed. They close so quickly on those open holes.
It's been in unison, and all these opponents that have faced Douglas this year just so impressed by their defense, and perhaps a small college-level front. And that back seven also equally stern. Third down and long. As Boone facing backside pressure, and he's going to heave that ball and nearly picked off.
Wow.
Boone devoured in the backfield, but able to flip it out for an incompletion.
Yeah, they brought pressure from the side away from the two receivers, from the one receiver side, and they did not. Owensboro did not pick it up, and Boone was lucky to get that one away.
Racing around the edge.
Yeah, it was a lightning. Whew, wow, a heck of a blitz there.
Both Busen and Brooks from the edge played brilliantly last week, especially Busen.
Yeah, Busen.
Against Woodford.
Yeah, Busen again showing up on tape.
High snap, and hey, why not fake it as Goodwin skirts to the near side, and he's going to be, looks like short of a first down.
Oh, wow. That was a bad snap, and he had no choice but to just take off and run it because the Broncos were in the backfield already.
He needed to get to the 28 for a first down, and they're going to mark this a few yards short as Goodwin will tuck it and run.
A little bit of danger time here early, Chris. Owensboro really needs to stop. Yeah, he had no choice. It was just a bad snap. So it was a bad snap. He just took off to run because the backfield was full of Broncos.
So Douglas will be perched just outside of the Red Devil red zone, already leading 7-0. Nearly halfway complete in this opening stanzas. Carpenter will dump it out in the flat, and there is room on the far sideline, but a closing stop at the 19.
Great pursuit there by the Red Devils. They look like that was great senior leadership by those outside guys.
Kanye Johnson tackling Douglas's Tylon Webb after a modest pickup. That was something Nathan McPeak talked about in the pregame. The Owensboro defensive speed, great example right there.
Yeah, it doesn't overwhelm you, but it's just consistent. They show up all the time.
Second down and long. Howard already a great catch in this quarter in motion. Good one, a tad overzealous on the edge, but he did not jump. As Carpenter with the snap fakes the hand. He'll dump it out in the flat. That's Howard again. And a nice crafty move as he's upended at the 14. Check that, the 16-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't have much there, but he got north real quick with the catch, and now they've got third and about 4.
Howard, the prototypical tight end. A great, clever move in tight space.
Yeah, there's going to probably be a lot of people interested in his services soon.
Well, he's already verbaled for U of L baseball. And it's third down and a few for the Broncos at the 15. There's T.J. Horton with the call in. Horton rambling for a first down inside the 10.
That was a different run than what we saw. He wasn't dancing. He was straight downhill, speed. Great run.
3 great backs for this Bronco offense. And this Bronco O-line having their way in this first quarter versus the Owensboro front.
Yeah, the difference between this week and last week, Woodford was really aggressive and blitzing from all over the place. Owensboro's sitting a little bit more.
First down and goal from the 9. Carpenter leaving it with Horton, and Horton dragging tacklers up to about the 6.
Yeah, Chris, Owensboro really needs to stop here. They need to hold him to a field goal attempt if at all possible.
Pickup of 3 for Horton. So we've seen Hart, Bryant, and Horton all load the lumber in the first quarter. Second down and goal. They'll mark it at the 5. Broncos trying to make this a 2-score game. And Carpenter handing to Horton, lowering that shoulder, and he'll pick up a yard up to the 4.
Much better job up front by Owensboro. They created some penetration into the backfield and made Horton cut right as he got the handoff.
Broncos go to a different formation here as Cam Dunn enters the fray. Dunn with an early target in this game. He'll be lined up in the slot there just at the top right of your screen. It's 3rd down and goal. Broncos trying to punch this baby in. Carpenter in motion on a bootleg. Backside pressure, and that ball is catapulted around and intercepted. Intercepted by Owensboro on the carom up to the 13-yard line.
Chris, that was a great call by the Owensboro defense. They showed Cole Carpenter man-to-man, and then they flipped into a zone defense on the snap, and he didn't read it, and he got caught right by. They sit right there in zone. Yep, he threw it right into the zone. Great call by the Owensboro defense. Definitely had to have it. Game changer right there.
It sure was, as the Red Devils with a big sudden change. They're now +5 on turnovers.
Look for a big play here. Try to hit a big play.
We'll see if we can identify that player during the next pause. Owensboro football from their 11 officially. And there's an inside handoff across the 15.
They're fired up. They have some energy off that interception. Great play. Unbelievable play.
A 7-yard pickup. Owensboro's lengthiest play from scrimmage in this first quarter. They'll have it 2nd down and 3. As Boone back to throw. This time the pocket collapses and Boone's going to dump it short. Trying to find Gus Cecil out there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, they ran a bunch of short routes, and no one came open quickly, and so Boone made a good decision to throw it away.
Bronco defense going to pin their ears back. They've gotten to Boone on one prior occasion.
Yes, they are not afraid to bring the pressure, Chris. They will come.
Keep an eye on Blake Kimbrell, Owensboro's top tight end targets on 3rd down and short. There's an inside handoff. Carbon fighting for yardage. He's got a 1st down.
He is powerful.
A next level tackle up to the 28 and a gain of 10.
Yeah, that was all Kenyatta Carbon, just like we saw with Ty Bryant last week. He wanted that. He made that happen.
Carbon over 2,200 career rush yards. A critical 10-yard pickup there on 3rd down, and Owensboro will net a 1st up to their 28 after an interception in the end zone. Flip to the near side. There's Carbon seeking the edge. He'll get a block and be coaxed out across the 34 to the 35 as Busen came to tap him out.
He made a 1st down there. What an unbelievable spin move. He is impressive. That was all him. The pitch was actually behind him. The sweep pitch was actually behind him, Chris, and he made a play out of nothing.
Boy, momentum, a huge key in football games. And how about that interception in the end zone? And now the Red Devils on the march up to their 38.
Yeah, it just gets everybody settled down into the game.
1st down at 10. Pair of receivers top of your screen. As Boone leaving it with Carbon, and Carbon about a yard up to the 40.
You know, running inside it's always going to be tough against this Frederick Douglass front. He's just not going to be. You're not going to have a lot of success all the time.
Benford and Hand collaborate on the stop. 2nd down and 8 as we slide under 140 in this opening quarter. Broncos +7, and Boone trying to set something up to the near side, and he's going to loft it for a catch as Pendleton gathers it at the 47-yard line.
It's the big tight end, Pendleton. You know, that was a great play. They rode the fake really hard. I tell you what, if Boone would have just thrown a little bit farther out in front of him, they might have been running into the end zone. Great play design.
Pendleton, 3 grabs on the year, all 3 last week v. Fairdale, and this a pivotal catch and a 1st down for Owensboro at the Bronco 47. 1:15 left in the quarter. And Owensboro Their first perching inside the Bronco territory. One receiver, top, one at the bottom as Boone prolongs the snap count. He's got it. And nothing, and I mean nada, back to the 50.
That was impressive. They may have given it away by their formation, but the Broncos defense was incredible there. Just a great charge up front.
Loss of at least 2, a kind spot to midfield, so second down and about 13.
I don't think they're going to be consistent running the ball tonight. They're going to have to pass and mix the play calls up quite a bit.
Nearing the remnants of this opening quarter. Boone slinging it to the boundary into triple coverage, and that ball bobbled and incomplete.
Yeah, not a great choice there. That was into triple coverage. He was under pressure in his defense. He had 3 guys in his face.
Khalil Rogers, the intended target, but you had 3 of the Douglas secondary members involved in that. And it's third down again.
We're looking for a screen or a draw here, something that's easy, maybe can break for a large gain.
Carbon, the back behind Boone. Clock resting at 18.6. In Boone, 3-man rush, guns it well, overthrowing the intended target, Kimbrell, and it's fourth down.
Again, Chris, they're running a lot of stop and hitch routes, so once they're covered up, there's nowhere to go, and so he just had to throw that one away.
I think the Red Devils would take that after the interception in the end zone. They'll march it to midfield and apparently punt it away.
Yes, we might see a fake. You never know.
We've already seen one go awry from Jeremiah Goodwin.
Yeah. Who knows what's going to happen this time.
Dunn and Bryant back for the Broncos to return, and Goodwin this time will send it high, and it's going to hook inside the 15 back to the 10. So Bryant gathers, but a net punt of 40, and Owensboro just like that flips the field.
Yeah, great job by Owensboro getting the interception, flipping the field. Now you got to get Frederick Douglass off the field quickly. Get the ball back in the hands of your offense.
So the Bronco offense, one first quarter giveaway. They also have one score. Davon Hart in from inside the 5. And Douglas will have the football for the third time.
We're back to that unbalanced formation that we started with. We have trips and then a tight end, so it's an unbalanced side.
Also T.J. Horton back for the second consecutive drive for the Broncos. And Horton will get the call and a quick peppy run across the 10 to the 13, a gain of about 3, and that's going to close the first quarter. So Douglas and Owensboro tied at 7. We'll be right back on Glycod.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Douglas 7, Owensboro nothing as we welcome you back to the farm in Lexington. Bronco football, second down.
Chris, I think Frederick Douglass might be a little disappointed that they don't have a larger lead here. They had a lot of momentum coming out. They had they had 2 really good drives. Owensboro's got to feel happy to be in this position. Now they got to make some plays to change the momentum.
Broncos backed up inside their 15 on second down and long as Horton position to the right of Cole Carpenter. And Horton gets the hand on the short side of the field. And he'll take it across the 13, and it's third down and long.
Chris, I know Coach McPeak doesn't want to see him dance around the backfield. He wants him to go. He mentioned that in the pregame notes and in the interview. He wants Horton to go. He's just got to get going here a little bit.
And Xander Early on the stop, his 71st tackle of the year. And a big third down looming for the Broncos. Inside their 15, as Carpenter going to steer it right at the boundary. There is a flag on the play as that ball gathered about 2 yards short of a first down.
That was a great defensive play by Owensboro. Let's see what this is. It's in the area of holding.
Tylon Webb with the reception. So the Broncos will be backed up inside their 10. And they're going to mark this at the 5.
Not sure I would have taken that. I might have taken the down and see if they wanted to punt on fourth down inside their own 20.
It would have been 4th and about 2 as Webb was wrapped up, but instead the Broncos staring at third down and 15 from their 5.
We have trips out here again.
3 receivers to the near side with Hart to the left of Carpenter, and a safety as Carpenter gobbled up in the end zone.
What a play. They brought the house, Chris. Hey, I was wrong again. I was wrong about the punt return last week, or the fake punt last week, and I was wrong about that. That was a good call to back him up, get him close where you could run the blitz.
That looked like either Early or Pendleton on the stop. We'll see if we can get another look at that as the Red Devils on the board with the safety.
It was Pendleton.
So Ethan Pendleton, a huge play in this game, and we're going to have a free kick. Yes, Douglas now leading but 7-2.
Yeah, huge play. That's going to change all the scoring up. You know, that safety's going to make it weird for everyone now. So we're going to have some weird score, and it's going to be interesting to see how Frederick Douglass responds.
This Red Devil defense surrendering that early drive, but the interception in the end zone has completely changed the complexion of this half.
It really settled the Red Devils down on both sides and even on the sideline a little bit. It maybe seemed like it settled down the coaches because since then they've made some really good calls on both sides.
So Ranvier with the kick. And the Broncos will send Hampton and Rogers back to field the return. 2 huge defensive plays by the Red Devils in this game.
The interception and the safety, yes, without a doubt.
And the Broncos will send on their defense momentarily. It's completely taken the air out of the near side of this stadium. A high, shorter kick, and Hampton scoops it up at the 25, and Hampton looking for a block. And he's going to craftily run up that far sideline out at the 38. And a flag.
Flags. Well, Chris, you know, those are the 2 turnovers like we saw last week, and turnovers are playing a huge role in this game. You know, you got to look at a safety as a turnover. So, again, the turnovers are huge turnovers. You got to knock them out.
Let's determine the extent of this penalty. Will be against the Broncos, so add 15 to the tally for Owensboro, and that's going to be inside the 50-yard line. They'll mark this at the Douglas 48.
Yeah, you know, Frederick, the Broncos really have to bow their necks here. They have to knuckle down, do their best to, you know, get a 3-and-out here by the Owensboro offense. You got to be ready for a big play here to take a shot.
Red Devils in a shotgun as Boone fielding a high snap, rolling to the strong side, and he's going to put it right on Rogers. Rogers with a catch at the 43, about 3 yards short of a first down.
A great change of pace there by Owensboro. They moved the pocket to make it hard for Frederick Douglass to blitz them. They're going fast.
It's Rogers' 39th catch of the year, the top receiver on the campaign for Owensboro. Pickup of about 5. And here's a flip looking for the edges. Carb, and he'll knife it back inside and be tripped up at the 42. And here's a big third down.
Great job on the perimeter by the outside linebacker. I think it was Bassan again. And then you had your safeties and your corners doing a great job defeating the wide receiver blocks out there.
Yeah, Logan Busen involved in that stop. So 3rd down and a few for this Owensboro offensive outfit. Busen now will flip sides with Brooks. Also E.J. Klinkscale out in this formation. At corner, it's 3rd down and medium. As Douglas trying to get off the field. And Boone fakes the hand across the middle, and it's incomplete.
Again, another good play call. We had an open receiver there. The Owensboro guy, Red Devils had an open receiver, but Boone was under so much pressure he couldn't get the throw off. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Now the Red Devils in that middle segment of the field, and their offense intact.
We got to be, you're yelling from the sideline here, Chris. Watch the ball, watch the fake, watch the snap. Don't jump off sides. Making sure that your guys are staying on sides, staying focused.
4th down and 4 from the Douglas 43. As Boone, plenty of time. Now rolling right, evading hand, and Boone, he's going to sling it down that far side. Blanket coverage.
Oh.
And a flag.
That was very late.
I think they're going to get Jeremiah Lowe for some sort of infraction. But a very late hanky.
Yeah, I thought they were just hand fighting together. It didn't look like much to me.
It's going to be a 1st down. See if we can get another look. As Lowe called for the infraction.
Yeah, he had his hands on him, but he had looked at the ball. That's not a. I'm going to have to disagree with that call.
Let's get Gene Sterator on line 1. 1st down at 10 from the 28. One receiver top, one bottom. As Boone puts it in the belly of Carbon, and Carbon about a ½ yard inside.
Every 1st down they get, it's just a little bit more, just takes a little bit more out of the defense, and they just get a few more inches, more yards on each carry.
We'll give Carbon 2, so 2nd down and 8. But that flag, if nothing else, extended this drive, and Owensboro perhaps on the verge of a field goal try. They do have a very solid kicker in Andrew Lance. 2nd down and long. Carbon trying to bounce it outside, and he is tossed to the ground about the 27.
It's really hard. It's going to be really hard to outrun the Broncos to the corner. You can hit them north and south, but outrun them to the corner is going to be very difficult.
3rd down now and 8. Harkless in hand inside. Owensboro still 3 timeouts remaining as they inch their way down the field. It's 3rd and long, and Boone will scramble and toss it in. That ball is caught, or was it? Still waiting the indication from the official.
Ineligible.
There is a flag, however, an ineligible man downfield on Owensboro.
Yeah, the 2nd receiver from the sideline lined up, covered up by the outside receiver.
So 3rd down and 8 becomes longer.
Oh, the referees were just marking it back. He indicated that they declined it, but then they marked off.
I see. Okay, so 4th down after the refusal. So 4th down and long. And Owensboro will go for it. It appears they'll have it at the 26. This would be about a 43-yard field goal try from Lance.
Yeah, and still not great kicking conditions. Even it's a little chilly, so you want to get a little closer.
So 8:37 in the half. Owensboro going for it on 4th down and long. Boone leading it with Winstead. Winstead around the edge, and he will not get the 1st down.
Unbelievable pursuit. Unbelievable pursuit. That team speed is just amazing.
Logan Busen with a huge stop, 2 yards shy of the marker. Turnover on downs.
They're going to have to stop running to that young man.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison.
Sure.
We talked about that last week.
Sure, but this kid's making all the plays. Maybe make the other kid make some plays. I don't know. He's made 3 or 4 in a row right here on this drive, so maybe try someone else.
This Bronco defense, they do their job, and now the offense back in tow from their 21. First down and 10. And a big drive here as Douglas will also have the football to start the second half. They'll try and string a couple in succession on first down and 10. And just tough running inside, a gain of a couple up to the 22. That's Davon Hart.
Chris, Owensboro came out and was running what they would call their base defense, and now they've gone into what Woodford County did to the Broncos last week, which is load the box, and they're really bringing people from everywhere, just daring the Broncos to throw it.
This Red Devil defense coordinated by Drew Hall, done a fantastic job under Jay Fallon's tutelage. And Douglas, second down and long. Carpenter, he's going to gun it, and that ball deflected and incomplete.
Whew, he's living dangerously, Chris. That was very close to going to the house.
It was Javion Robinson that had a beat on that ball.
Again, they're going to have to probably hit him with some hitch and goes and some different kind of routes because Owensboro is all over the quick hitch.
Just like that, the Broncos staring at third down and 9 on their 21-yard line. Carpenter, he's going to gun it at the marker. First down, coming back to get that catch up at the 32-yard line is Tylon Webb.
Much better out there by Webb, much better throw by Carpenter. Webb was able to move the defensive back and turn his shoulders, and then he got back to be open for Cole Carpenter, who threw it on time, though.
That is a big pickup of about 13 as Douglas converts on third down. And we're going to have an injured student-athlete. Looks like Webb, after that grab, will be attended to by the Douglas training staff. Take a quick break on the farm. Douglas with a first down when we come back on Glycod.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Tylon Webb off with some assistance after the cramp. First down and 10. There's a pass out in the flat gathered by Dunn, and Dunn for about a yard up to the 33. Just such great closing speed by this Red Devil defense.
Well, that's an unbelievable open field tackle by Rogers, Khalil Rogers for Owensboro. Great job, settled his feet, made him angle back inside, made the tackle.
So a gain of 1 as we tiptoe under 7 minutes now in the half. Douglas leading 7-2 after the safety in the end zone on the preceding Bronco drive.
Again, they're looking over to the sideline because the box is so loaded. They're going to try to figure out a way to break this.
Ty Bryant now in the backfield behind Carpenter with a pair of receivers to the top of your screen, and Bryant gets the call, and he'll slither for about a yard. Play blown dead at the 35. That's noseman Jacorian Miller on the tackle.
Yeah, they are very well coached. Owensboro, the Red Devils are very well coached. That they are very well trained on how to play that counter tray by the Broncos there, and they're just kind of eating it up right now, Chris.
Douglas, after a third down connection on the last try to Webb, they'll try to do it again. Third down and 8 from their 35. Webb and Dunn at the top of your screen for Douglas. And Tate Johnson at the bottom for the Broncos. 3rd down and long. Bryant, again, the security blanket to the right of Carpenter. And Carpenter back to throw, backside pressure, and that ball perfectly thrown, caught by Dunn. 1st down, up to the 49-yard line.
That was his best throw of the night, and they ran a great route there. They motioned Webb, and then they ran it out with him. They motioned him in and then circled him back out to beat the man coverage. Great throw.
Gain of 13 for Cam Dunn as the Broncos quickly go hurry up. 1st down and 10. And Bryant to the near side, and he'll sneak across the 50. And they'll finally blow it dead. Gain of 2.
Well, that's 2 yards instead of a loss of 5. That's incredible. He's just awesome. He impressed me every time I watch him run.
Back to that throw by Carpenter. Well thrown ball.
Yeah, he stepped into it. He kept his shoulders square, and he stepped into it, and he really threw the ball. Yeah, again, they motioned Webb in to get the man coverage moving to get him open. Owensboro is bringing a lot of pressure, and so they're playing a lot of man-to-man coverage.
Broncos trying to evaporate some of this clock. Again, they'll have the football to start the 2nd half. Leading by 5. And a pre-snap flag.
Those hurt, especially when it's 2nd and 8. Now it becomes 2nd and 13.
You had to think about that, didn't you?
Hey, I'm a teacher. I've been out of school a couple of days.
It's my 5-year-old daughter. We do math a lot, and she sometimes thinks about that too.
I blame the turkey.
Be 2nd down and 13 from the 45.
Just those pre-snap penalties really hurt you.
That's an area of the game Coach McPeak really wanted to clean up. We talked about 2 weeks ago versus Covcath, and there have been spurts of efficiency and other times not so much. 2nd down and long. There's Bryant getting the call again, and Bryant will take this one back to the initial line of scrimmage.
It's interesting. There are 2 different defensive approaches to how to stop this from last week with Woodford to this week with Owensboro, but they're both doing a great job of controlling that counter-tray action by the Broncos, and they're going to force them to do something else.
It was Horton, I beg your pardon. So Horton lost the lid. He will have to sit out this play as Douglas has it 3rd down and long. Devon Hart, the back behind Cole Carpenter, as Howard in motion, and Carpenter.
Center forgot the snap count there, Chris.
And Douglas wasting that 3rd down play as Carpenter, no other recourse but to slide.
It's never good when the center forgets the snap count.
Nathan McPeak out on the field, hands extended, perhaps wanting some sort of an explanation. See if we can get another look at that. Cooper Ranvier on to punt here momentarily. As we'll take a look at that after this kick from Ranvier. Rogers back for Owensboro to return, and Ranvier going to scramble right and hook it back in the field of play, and that ball down and scooped up at the 25, and a quick tackle by Darian Neal.
Chris, I think that hit the Owensboro player who picked it up. I think he felt it hit him, and he picked it up just to make sure he didn't get a turnover. Yeah, that last 3rd down was a case of the center forgetting the snap count. They were supposed to check with the sideline on that, and he just snapped it on the first call.
So Owensboro with 3:02 left in the half. They'll drop anchor at their 25-yard line.
They need a big play.
Boone in the gun. And Boone on a slant. Rogers on the catch, and he's got a 1st down up at the 36-yard line. Rogers' 2nd reception. This a gain of 11.
That's the drive starter that you need. Something to give everybody confidence and get the defense moving back a little bit.
Boone right on cue as he fed it to his senior standout receiver. Red Devils 3 timeouts remaining. As Boone this time looking for Rogers on the near side. That gathered for a catch. This time a gain of about 4 up to the 44.
We better start talking about Khalil Rogers. He's having a heck of a game on both sides of the ball.
Well, and Boone getting that ball out, lickety split.
Pass complete, gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Very quickly moving first half as the Red Devils go hurry up on 2nd and medium.
Checking with the sideline.
With Carbon to the right. That ball flipped to him, and Carbon pivoting back inside the 42. That ball loose and has not been blown dead just yet. The officials let that play continue on and will now get a confirmation and a Douglas recovery.
All right, Chris, so that was a big deal. All right, so whatever they called over there, the Douglas coaching staff recognized, and they called a blitz, so then they must have recognized the sweep toss. And then the ball gets hit. Yeah, Carbon, when he spun, he fumbled the ball. He got hit as he spun. He fumbled the ball. Huge turnover, plus 40 for the Broncos with 2 minutes left.
So both teams with a takeaway in this half, and from the naked highway up top, looked like that play dragged on for just a little bit.
The Broncos are going to lose 15 yards, or something happened over on the sideline. We were looking at the replay, Chris.
Nathan McPeak's going to take off the headset as the official comes over. So Broncos now will begin at their 45.
Yeah, again, you got kids that just get excited. It may have been a case where somebody ran into the referee or said something that they shouldn't have said.
Still 3 timeouts in their hip pockets as Douglas trying to make this a 2-score game late in the half. And Howard in motion to the strong side as Carpenter now out of his stance. Carpenter going to dump it out in the flat. That's Cam Dunn in space, and Dunn, a stiff arm, will net him a couple up to the 47.
They keep running the little bubble screen here at Khalil Rogers, and he's not falling for it. So you might want to go somewhere else.
And we'll stop the clock at 1:54. Dunn's second catch of the evening.
Owensboro is doing a great job of making the Broncos go lots of plays in a row to prove that they can score.
Davon Hart, the back behind Carpenter. Carpenter flips it out in space. That's Dunn again. One tackle missed, and Dunn a first down as he scoots up the far sideline up to the 44.
Well, they went the other way, away from Rogers, and they had success. It's just one tackle out there. And he just, used his speed to get around the edge to the sideline.
And again, the clock will stop with 1:48 and a half. Broncos recovering a Kenyatta Carbon fumble. And they'll net a first down post as they've got it now at the Owensboro 44. Johnson and Webb, the two receivers in the near side with Webb in the gun. And there is Hart lowering the shoulder, and he'll pick up a couple up to the 41-yard line.
It's another great job up front by the Red Devils. They're just holding their gaps. They're holding their responsibility. And, yes, the Broncos are getting yards, but it's not large chunks of yards.
Got Jacorian Miller at 6'2", 275, the nose man. And he stands out. He passes the eye test from way up top.
A lot of these kids do, Chris.
1:20 now. Again, Douglas still 3 timeouts remaining. And not exactly expeditious here between plays. It's a high snap, leaving it for Hart, and he'll skirt across the 39. And there's a stop, a Douglas timeout with 57.9. And we'll keep things here and strategize.
Chris, that might have been a play to try to see if they could pop one through the middle there. But Owensboro's really done a good job of settling down with their inside 3 guys. And they're just kind of controlling and they're going to make the Broncos run outside.
So you've got the ball at the 40. It's 3rd down and 6.
I mean, we're probably looking at a screen, or, they do like the slant, or they have a crossing route that they like as well. But I think you got to throw here just to, from the standpoint of 57 seconds left, save your timeouts. Again, this is probably 4-down territory for the Broncos as well.
A similar scenario in the first drive, and Thomas Howard caught one scooting up the near sideline. Perhaps he's involved.
He could be involved. They've been keeping him in the block because the Red Devils have been bringing so much pressure. I would think that he could be on a wheel again. That was a great route, or we could get something across the middle.
We'll talk more at half about the first half of this game. We'll also dance around the community Bryant Station. They will kick at 7 also on Glycott, taking on Bullitt East. We'll talk more about that matchup. Malin Ballard kicking at 7 also on Glycott. A fantastic matchup there. Lots of high-octane semifinals tonight in the Commonwealth. 3rd down and 6 for Douglas on a key play in this game.
See what they do. I'm interested to see. Will they trust Cole Carpenter here?
Horton, the back to the right, and Horton will stay in the block. Carpenter up in the pocket, sacked.
No one.
Xander early, and Douglas. Still 2 timeouts, and the clock going to continue to roll under 45.
I'm surprised Owensboro's not taking one here. Make them punt. But again, no one was open. They were double covered. They released 2 receivers on the route, Chris, and no one was open.
And Douglas will have to run a play as we're north of 30 at the conclusion of the sack, but early a key play as this Red Devil defense, they made play after play in this half.
For sure. They had the first drive was really kind of they got manhandled, and then they woke up, and then they started playing really, really well since then.
I think you might get a timeout here right before the play clock expires. And there she goes.
All right, so we're going to have about 4 seconds. You could see a Hail Mary. I've seen Cole Carpenter throw it that far. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea, but we're going to see a play. So.
Speaking of Hail Marys, saw something this week on social media. Some sort of an anniversary with an even number with Doug Flutie with that Hail Mary. That's before your time, was it not?
It was, but, I grew up in a household where I started watching every Super Bowl from 1 all the way through on videotape. So that was my homework every night when I got home.
It's at BC and Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
BC and Miami.
Goodness gracious.
It bounced off the Miami guy and into the BC guy's
Phelan might have caught that ball.
Yes, Phelan. Those names are so familiar. It's crazy. I can see it now in my mind.
So Douglas with perhaps one final play in this half. Davon Hart scoring at the 7:43 mark of the first quarter, 2-yard touchdown run. And then a key interception. Cole Carpenter threw a pick in the end zone. Douglas would have potentially had a 2-score lead. And then Owensboro with the safety. And hits a 7-2 Douglas first half advantage.
Yeah, since that interception, it's really been kind of a slugfest. Both offenses have really been dragging along here.
Horton will stay on as Carpenter. I think you might toss one in the end zone. You got 3 speed guys to the top of your screen. And Carpenter, he's going to step into it, and he's looking down that far sideline, and it will be incomplete.
Yeah, it wasn't there. Good job just getting rid of it.
That'll close the half. Douglas 7, Owensboro 2. Going to be an outstanding second half. We're back to the farm after this on Glycod.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by the Jessamine County Health Department. Find out how they protect, promote, and improve the health and wellness of our community. Visit jessaminehealth.org.
Back live at the farm on Glycod.com. Chris LaBar along with Kellen Barnes, Jackson Miller, our producer, Steve Bird, our executive producer, and a defensive slugfest in that first half.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't for the first drive. The Broncos went right down the field and scored, and then they actually went right down the field on their second drive, and then they threw the interception that really stopped all their momentum, and it has really turned this into a defensive battle.
What did you make of that last Douglas drive to close the half?
I'm not really, I think we talked in the break there. I think he's really, Coach McPeak is really relying on his defense, and he's just going to be conservative and make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes to lose the game.
This Owensboro defense, time after time, big play after big play, and that sack by Early just changed the complete complexion of that half.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was thinking about this on the break. Woodford did it with blitzing and a bunch of different guys running through the backfield. Owensboro's holding their gaps. They're just being strong up front, and they're really forcing Frederick Douglass, the Broncos, to run outside. They're taking everything away that they want to run inside.
What is the adjustment that both teams make moving into the second half?
I think that on offense, Owensboro has to try some different things. They just have to get maybe spread out a little bit more and maybe try some things that are deeper in the playbook. And that goes for the Frederick Douglass, all right? So they have to get some different pass plays. They got to get the tight end involved again. They had some big plays, but there are a lot of simple routes. And like we talked about last week, they're going to have to do some more complex things to get open.
Red Devils with some success on that last drive with a couple of quick passes to Rogers.
Also, earlier drives where they were moving the pocket. When they're moving the pocket, when they're rolling Cody Bass out, he is more comfortable on the run, throwing the ball on the run.
And the Douglas offense will take a look at your numbers here in the next segment, but not a lot of luck running the ball. That's new for this team.
Yeah, and again, as you come up against better and better teams in the playoffs, you're going to they're going to take away what you want to do. They're going to make you do something that you don't want to do. So, we're going to see how Frederick Douglass, maybe they just block it better in the second half, or maybe they go outside and try to run around them.
Take a look at the first half scoring for Douglas. Davon Hart in for a 2-yard touchdown run, and then Owensboro with the safety. Ethan Pendleton with the sack in the end zone of Cole Carpenter, and that's the story in the half. Douglas on top of the Red Devils, 7-2. The winner will take on the winner of Bowling Green and Southwestern. That game will kick off at about 7:30 Eastern. More coverage from the farm when we come back on Glycod.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessaminehealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back to the Farm in Lexington. Frederick Douglass High School, the venue for one of the 5A semifinals tonight between Douglass and the Owensboro Red Devils. The other concoction at Southwestern, the Warriors undefeated, taking on a very proud Bowling Green team. How do you see that one going?
Well, that's like Coach McPeak talked about, and also Coach Fowlin talked about. Southwestern, downhill physical team, and you have Bowling Green, who's spread out, and they're going to run all over the place. So we're going to see which style wins out in that matchup.
And in the 6A semis, you've got Mail at Ballard, and then right across town here, Bryan Station and Bullitt East. And what a great semifinal, because all four teams, I think you can make a case for any winning the state championship.
For sure. Mail probably has just a slight leg up because they have their two stars back there, have Sweeney, and they're going to have Max Gainey back. So they're going to be loaded, and they're going to be fired up to get Ballard because Ballard got them earlier in the year. And
one of the storylines, Mail trying to get back to the state championship for the 5th straight year. That just doesn't happen nowadays.
Not really. Not really. It's quite an amazing, impressive feat.
Let's talk more about Bullitt East and Bryan Station.
You know, Bryan Station, they're going to be defensively minded, okay? And then Bullitt East is going to try to pass the ball. Travis Egan is an amazing player. He's an awesome kid. You know, and he's just an unbelievable high school quarterback that can put it on a dime.
Just a wonderful storylines in that game. Bullitt East 13-1 and Bryan Station 11-3. And both those programs and those communities mean so much. And here locally for Bryan Station, it's great to see the recognition that those guys deserve.
Well, and, you know, they start out with a tough one against this Frederick Douglass team, but then that shows the character of those kids to bounce back and make it all the way to the semifinals.
Yeah, Philip Hawkins just done a tremendous job with that program. We will update you on that game. That game also coincidentally airing right now on Glycod as Keith Elkins and Rick Reams will have that action for you. Then we tear down to the 4A. You've got Central at Boyle County and then Franklin County. They start 1-4, right? But now they're 8-5. They're taking on undefeated Corbin.
Well, I think Central and Franklin are probably similar where they're playing bigger schools around them. Central, you know, they had a tough start, but they have the Cortez Stone kid at running back, and they're going to give Boyle County all they want, but I think Boyle County probably come out of that one.
And Franklin, that undefeated Corbin, a lot of people feel like Corbin may be one of the top teams in the state regardless of class.
It looks like it. I mean, their numbers are incredible, and the kids they have, they pass the eye test, so I'd be interested to see them play.
3A, you've got Mason County at Bardstown, both those teams undefeated. Then Ashland Blazer at 9-4. Taking on undefeated Cal, and the Centurions is having a fantastic year.
The Centurions are going to, I don't see many people stopping them. Maybe Bardstown, but Cal is just loaded for bear this year.
And what a great coaching staff they have as well. Hunter Cantwell, Chris Redmond, you just go on down the list of all the great Joe Gamsky.
Yeah.
A lot of ex-coaches on that staff.
A great running back that not many people remember, but Chris Barclay is on that staff as well.
2A, we've got Lloyd Memorial, the Juggernauts, one of your former employers we talked about at Beechwood, and then Lex Christian at Mayfield. That will be a chore.
That will be a chore. Though Mayfield is always a chore, they will make you work to win.
Newport Central Catholic, Pikeville in 1A, also Holy Cross at Raceland. And that is your schedule here of the 6A semifinal all the way down to 1A semifinals. We will update the ticker and keep you posted throughout the evening tonight here on Glycod.com.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
Douglas 7, Owensboro 2 at the half. More coverage of high school football returns when we come right back.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glaycod.
7-2 Douglas at the turn as we welcome you back to the farm. A couple of early scores to report. Bryan Station on top of Bullitt East 7-0, and Male scoring early. They lead Ballard by the same score. Now we take a look at some of your first half numbers in this game. Kellen, what stands out as we look at some of these figures?
Well, just the lack of any really offense. That's what really stands out because you have two great offensive teams. And, again, the defenses are winning the day. And we're going to see if turnovers, just like last week, play a bigger part in the second half.
This Owensboro defense with two key sacks. That turnover figure should actually be one each as Douglas has a takeaway, as does Owensboro. And talk more about this Red Devil defense. What's enabled them to be successful thus far in this half?
Well, after the first drive, technically let's take away the first two drives, they really kind of made some adjustments, and they started getting pressure and bringing more people close to the line of scrimmage and forcing the Broncos to throw the ball outside or run outside. So that in and of itself is they're making the Broncos chunk it down the field, and they're struggling doing that.
Bronco running game, Davon Hart, 9 carries, 30 yards. TJ Horton, 6 for 19. And Ty Bryant been held in check. 2 rushing attempts for 3 yards. Owensboro not doing much on the ground either. Kenyatta Carbon, 8 for 31. Deion Winstead, 3 for 12. And Goodwin, 4 totes for 5 yards. Through the air, Casey Boone, 4 of 11 for 36 yards for Owensboro. Douglas's Cole Carpenter, 8 for 13, 69 yards, including a key interception in the end zone. Red Devils' Khalil Rogers, 3 catches, 23 yards. Ethan Pendleton, 1 for 13. And the Broncos' Cam Dunn, 4 for 25. Thomas Howard, 2 catches, 31 yards. Tylon Dunn, 2 of 13. Broncos very successful, though, on 3rd down, 6 of 10.
Yeah, and some of that is because they had some short 3rd downs at the beginning. But really, what we're gonna have to watch the second half to see who commits the turnover. All right, who makes the big play. All right. Last week we had the interception that led to the score in the second half, and this is where it comes down to who's gonna grow up and make the play, who's gonna crumble under the pressure. I hate to say that, but somebody's gonna have some pressure issues, and they're gonna make a mistake. So it's gonna come down to one play, maybe 2 plays this half.
Will be Bronco football second half when we return to the farm on Glycod.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Friday night football in Lexington, the place to be on this side of town anyway. Central Kentucky football, Frederick Douglass football. Start the second half leading Owensboro 7-2. We thought this would be a low-scoring affair between 2 dominant defenses, and certainly that's been the storyline in the first half.
Without a doubt. Let's see if somebody can make a big play and break out and get a score on the board here in the third quarter.
Broncos tied at the turn last week versus Woodford at 7. And then 14 consecutive points. These 2 teams meeting in the state semifinal for the 4th consecutive year. Broncos winning 2 of the previous 3. The Red Devils' lone win back in 2020 in the COVID abbreviated season. And there's an onside in between kick to start, and it's very cleverly deflected out. It will be Bronco ball as Frederick Douglass will deflect it out. That was Terrian Hicks.
Yeah. We've seen a lot the last 2 weeks. We've seen the teams not taking a chance, kicking it deep to the Broncos. They're just going to give them the field position and play defense.
So the Broncos will begin this stead at their 37-yard line.
First down and 10 at the 37.
Again, let's see how the Red Devils come out, and let's see how the Broncos come out. Let's see if they decide to throw the ball deep or if they're going to keep running the ball at the Red Devils.
2 receivers at the top, a pair at the bottom as Carpenter in the shotgun. Davon Hart will get the first crack at the Bronco running game.
Man-to-man here.
And Carpenter.
Oh.
Some indecision there on that play, and it's blown up as Carpenter bulldozed back inside the 30.
Chris, that is a unique call. They were outnumbered 7-5 there in the box. They need to throw the ball outside there.
Yes, Cole Carpenter. That'll be a sack credited with an Owensboro sack as Douglass now goes empty on 2nd down and long. Now the back will come back in as Hart back in from Carpenter.
Yeah, they're going to look to this sideline and get the call.
Owensboro defense already forcing 2nd down and long, and a lengthy clock as that ball in tight confines will be caught And the receiver out at the 31, 32-yard line.
Again, they're going with these quick throws that are very covered outside the little quick hitch screens. They might be trying to set up the Red Devils for a pump and go.
That was Tylon Webb, gain of 1. So it's 3rd down and 17. And Owensboro just like that, trying to force a 3-and-out. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen, staircase formation, and now Dunn in motion at the slot as Carpenter up in the pocket, and he's sacked again.
A little 4-man pressure there off the edge, and the Broncos struggled to block that, pick that up, and they're in the backfield before anyone could even get to the top of their route.
That's Jeremiah Goodwin, his 9th sack of the year, and the Broncos 3-and-out.
A very impressive start for the Red Devils there, Chris. Very impressive. Now the question is, can they do it on offense?
Cooper Ranvier on to punt for the 2nd time. It's Khalil Rogers back to return for Owensboro, and Ranvier will hook this one down to the 40, and it's going to continue to roll down the hill just like a marble down a glass table, and it's going to roll down at the 21-yard line, and a net punt of 55.
It's truly a weapon there. The rugby punt is truly a weapon if you can get it done right.
We talked about Ranvier's hidden yardage and his importance in the outcome last week, and a huge kick early in this second half.
Yeah, they were backed up, and Rogers there for the Red Devils was at midfield, and he ended up running back to the 20-yard line.
So the Red Devil offense not exactly setting the world on fire in the first half. 74 offensive yards. They'll begin this at their 21 as Boone on an out and a high incompletion through Rogers, and great coverage by Terry and Hicks.
Yeah, he was all over him. I mean, there was nowhere to throw it. It was incredible that he even got his hands on it.
And ball from the far hash seemed like it took a while to get all the way to this near sideline.
It's a long throw. You'd be amazed how long that throw is.
Now 2 backs sandwiching Boone. And Boone to Carbon, breaking away, and he's got a 1st down. And Carbon turning on the afterburners out at the Bronco 48-yard line.
It looked like he got in there, and it looked like one of the Bronco defenders got knocked off of it.
Gain of 31 and an injury trailing that play as we've got an injured Bronco back at the 25-yard line. That's Harkless.
That's not good.
And Harkless very ginger as we get another look. And Carbon, biggest play of the game for this Owensboro offense. And now Harkless will trot off the field.
Yes, outstanding play there by a great back, and he just made a few misses in there, and then he got out.
John Suala in at the defensive tackle position in place of Harkless. Owensboro football 1st and 10, and Boone on a slant, intercepted, or it wasn't. It was dropped at the last moment by Darian Neal.
He read it perfectly, Chris. They did the wheel route, much like the Broncos did with their tight end. They did it with number 12, Pendleton, up the sideline, and he was open again. He just underthrew it.
Darian Neal with a beat on that ball will try to bring it up between plays. Could not hang on. It's 2nd down and 10 with 2 receivers at the top of your screen. And Boone on a slant again. And this dislodged for an incompletion.
Yeah, at least, Chris, they're spreading it out and throwing it a little bit. They're trying to do something different.
3rd down and long. 3rd down and 10. With 9:13 in this third. Carbon a 39-yard run to put Owensboro on the Bronco ledger, but an inside run on 3rd and long up to the 43-yard line.
They tried to catch the Broncos sleeping there on 3rd and long, and they were not going for it.
And Owensboro will punt it away. We did see them go for it back at their 20, but a bad snap actually preceded that decision. Now it's 4th down and 7 with 8:45 in the third. Good one to punt for the second time, and a high kick trying to steer it inside the 10, and it's out at about the 5-yard line.
Great kick. Again, there's their weapon. It's the weapon. They got the big play. They flipped the field all the way back here. Now this is where they had their success. This is where Owensboro scored their points. So let's see how they attack the Broncos offense this time.
Be a 41-yard punt, and Douglas will be backed up at their 5.
In Somerset, Kentucky, the Bowling Green Purples.
Somebody needs to establish some momentum here, Chris. This is kind of a stalemate right now.
Well, the field position so critical in this game. Both teams excelling on special teams. Now the Broncos, from their 5, it's 1st down and 10. And Carpenter, he's going to flip it. And a near safety as the Broncos just able to get out of the end zone.
Chris, I don't know if I've ever seen 2 safeties in a game. That was really close.
That was T.J. Horton that broke a tackle and then able to traverse the plane.
I mean, he had to dive and work his butt off to get out of there, Chris. That was amazing that he just got out of there. Yeah. Right there. Is that Pendleton again? Yep, it's 12, Pendleton again. He's all over the place.
Loss of 4, 2nd down and 14.
This is a big play.
And Carpenter out in the flat. That ball is gathered by Webb. And Webb up to about the 4.
That was a good play. Just something to relieve the pressure just a little bit. That gets them out to the, like you said, the 4-yard line. Now they have enough room to maybe run another play and enough room to kick.
I think ball security hugely important here.
Very much so.
Down and long. Broncos just outside of their goal line. Howard sprinting in motion. I haven't seen Graham Dunn a lot tonight for the Broncos. One of the H-backs. Carpenter on 3rd and long on a wheel route, and that ball caught. And is that a 1st down? Is Howard able to? No, it's incomplete.
He was bobbling on his way down. It was a great throw and a great attempt at the catch by Howard. But the defender got his hand in there, and he was bobbling it on his way down. And I believe he may have even landed out of bounds.
The back judge alertly comes in and signals incomplete as that ball directly in front of Nathan McPeak.
Yeah, he landed out of bounds, and he was bobbling. But a great throw. Again, great throw, and Howard showing his chops this evening.
Now Broncos, Cooper Ranvier, a lot of pressure on Terrian Hicks, the snapper, and Cooper Ranvier, the punter. As the Broncos backed up. High snap, and Ranvier does get it out, and that ball's scooped up by Rogers, and it is loose at the 35-yard line. A scrum at the bottom of that pile. And the Broncos, Darian Neal with the football.
Incredible. That's just incredible. That's the play. That's the play. They got a lot of momentum now. We're going to see if they can continue that with that momentum.
We've seen Rogers. He's been a little sketchy on some earlier punts. Not a lot of confidence, and that is a huge turn of events.
Yeah, he took a chance to catch that so it wouldn't roll like it did last time, and he just missed it.
But still, Douglas at their 37. Broncos now +1 on turnovers tonight. And a run across the 40 to the 42. Ty Bryant, we saw that a lot in the second half last week.
Yeah, here we go again. He looks like he's ready to take it over. He's pounding his chest saying, "Give me the ball, coach. I'm ready to win this for you."
Under 6. He's 2nd down for the Broncos. Howard now, there's Dunn. Dunn in motion as Carpenter dumps it out in the flat. Breaking a tackle and close to a 1st down. up to the 47-yard line. That's Tate Johnson with his first catch tonight.
Great catch, great broken tackle. Spread up to get the first down.
So many weapons.
It's hard to stop.
Well, this Bronco offense, when they're clicking, they'll have it at the 48, first down at 10, as Owensboro's defense, after forcing a 3-and-out, quickly back out on the field.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but they're going to have to, like we said before, bow their necks and just toughen up and get off the field here.
Bryant dancing to the near side and back to the 48-yard line.
He's running hard, Chris, but there's just nowhere to go. There's so much penetration by this Red Devil front. There were two guys in the backfield when he took the handoff.
Gain of 1 on the play. Second down and 9 at the 49.
Second down and long for this Douglas offense. 3 turnovers in this game.
Yeah, pretty sloppy from that standpoint.
Broncos +1. Owensboro with 1 safety and nearly a second a moment ago. There's a handoff and a hard run as Bryant upended at the 45 and 3 yards remaining before first down.
And that was, again, all Ty Bryant. He carried the defender from the backfield down to on the 7-yard run there.
We saw this so much last week. We may see it again as Carpenter sends Dunn in motion. Wind starting to pick up just a tad. It's dipped down to the high 40s. Tate Johnson in motion. There is Bryant inside. He's got a first down as he'll take it to the 38. And a hard 7-yard run on third down.
Yeah, again, it's that counter tray action. He's just patient enough, and he's got just enough burst to get through that open hole right there. He almost got caught in the backfield, and then he slides right out of the backfield there, and he gets the first down. Incredible.
The will to win is how Nathan McPeak described Ty Bryant. The difference in that game last week, and we're seeing some more evidence of that tonight. And we've got an Owensboro timeout. So Jay Fallon and crew stop play. Broncos on the march at the Owensboro 38, 1st and 10 when we come back on Glycod.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass football from the Owensboro Red Devil 38-yard line. Big drive here, Kellen.
Yeah, you know, they're doing what they do. They've cleaned up the blocking a little bit, and they're giving the ball to Ty Bryant, and he's running straight downhill, and they're punishing the Red Devils for the turnover.
Khalil Rogers with a cough up on a punt return, and Darian Neal with a recovery for the Broncos. And now Douglas on the march as Johnson in motion. There's Bryant up the gut. He'll be slung down for a couple up to the 36.
And then, you know, that timeout was important for Fallon and the Red Devils. I think they just kind of took it so they could take a deep breath and reassess what they needed to do.
Staircase formation to that far side as Douglas began this drive inside their 40. Now they'll take it the Owensboro 36. Bobbled snap. We've seen that a lot tonight on the center QB combo, and Carpenter brought down for no gain.
Again, there's a penetration immediately. Almost immediately there's penetration, and he just bobbled the snap a little bit, and he had to follow his back through.
Not been the most pure game by center Tyler Grimes tonight, as he and Carpenter not been on the same wavelength. And it's third down and long.
But also, you know, an impressive by the Owensboro defense here to, you know, bow their necks and get him to 3rd and 9. You got to get off the field.
Red Devils defense trying to get off the field and force a 4th down play called dilemma by Nathan McPeak on 3rd down and long. Johnson in motion, and Carpenter Tries to set up a screen, and that ball caught by Howard, and some hard-earned yards as Howard is brought down at the 34. About 4 yards short of a first down.
Chris, that play was wild. You thought he was going to get sacked, and you thought it was intercepted, and then Howard caught it. It was all a range of emotions there.
Howard, his third catch of the night, nearly had a big one on a critical third down try on that last drive. And Howard does a lot of dirty work as the Broncos offense on the field here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Red Devils' 34-yard line as Bryant repositioned to the right of Carpenter. And Carpenter going to sling it at the boundary, and another great catch and a perfect pass as Cam Dunn moves the sticks to the 18.
They went back to their previous success. They motioned him in a little bit, and then they ran an out route from the stacked receiver to get the man coverage off of him. Great, unbelievable throw by Cole Carpenter.
Gain of 16. When Carpenter has had to deliver, he's done it again.
Oh, he stepped in through. That was a great throw. Great fundamentals there by Cole Carpenter.
Douglas dropping anchor inside the Owensboro red zone at the 18. It's Bryant with a burst inside.
Oh.
And a very hard hit will stop play as Bryant will pick up a couple.
Again, Owensboro, experienced as they are, they're never out of it. They never quit. They're just going to keep fighting.
Under a minute now in this third. Broncos badly need some points.
They sure do. Also, Chris, this game is flying by.
Under 40. As the Broncos very patient. Staircase formation at the bottom of your screen now. Webb in motion as Carpenter rolling right, and he's going to gun it for an incompletion.
They ran the same kind of motion, but they ran a different route by Tylon Webb that time, and he was wide open in the end zone. I'm not sure why Carpenter didn't see him, but he was absolutely wide open in the end zone.
So third down and 9 from the 17.
Cannot afford any mistakes or turnovers here.
Howard and Dunn in motion to the far side.
3rd and 8, they're coming back down here. They're going to come back to that Tylon Webb.
With Webb and Johnson at the bottom as Carpenter. And a handoff trying to break around the edge for a couple, and the play finally blown dead up at about the 15. It was TJ Horton on the tote and a few yards short of a first down.
Going to be the end of the third quarter.
And a big fourth down when we return. Frederick Douglass hanging on to a 7-2 lead over Owensboro. Fourth down when we start the fourth quarter after this on Glycod.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
And And the Broncos will send out Cooper Ranvier to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, if they get this field goal, you're going to have an 8-point lead, and that's going to be a touchdown 2-point conversion for the Red Devils, and that'll make it very difficult on them.
This will be a 31-yard field goal try. Ranvier on the season on field goals, 2 of 4. A big kick, and that ball blocked as Owensboro around the edge with another huge special teams play.
That was amazing. They just completely collapsed the whole left side. They completely collapsed the whole left side of the field goal team for the Broncos. And there were 3 or 4 Red Devils in there for the block.
That is a huge block as Owensboro at the 11:52 mark with a block of a Cooper Ranvier field goal try.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Chris, that was Khalil Rogers in there again.
Now the pressure back on this Frederick Douglass defense. Jamarian Harkless is not out there now for the Broncos. First down for Owensboro. Boone rolling, and he's going to float, and that ball is bobbled and incomplete. Jaden Dixon nearly with a pick.
Chris, as well as Cole Carpenter's fundamentals were that time, we just throwing on the run there. He just got to set his feet, throw the ball. And he had a man open wide.
Yeah, Casey Boone underthrowing that ball, the Owensboro quarterback. And second down and 10 for the Red Devils from their 21-yard line.
Can't help it, though. He's been feeling a lot of pressure all night.
2 receivers at the top of your screen. And that is Carbon for a couple. And anytime the Bronco defense has had to make a play, they've done so.
You know, they've been up to the challenge all night, all year. So, we'll see what happens here, Chris. But, you're probably going to get a pass, and they're going to have to bring some pressure.
Third down and long. 2 receivers at the top. Boone back to throw. He's going to heave it at the middle, and that ball well overthrown for an incompletion. He's trying to find Ethan Pendleton.
He was well covered that time. Great stand there by the Broncos defense. Good 3-and-out.
So after the missed field goal, Owensboro with 3-and-out. And Ty Bryant, Cameron Dunn back to return for the Broncos. And Jeremiah Goodwin sent on to kick for the Red Devils. Goodwin. He's going to tuck it and run. He darts it back, and he is well short of a first down.
I don't know if I've ever seen 2 fakes from that far deep in your territory.
We had an Owensboro player, I don't know if he was shoved or flopped, but trying to draw the ire and a flag. He did not do so, and Owensboro will be on the defensive end.
Again, I guess they're thinking that they need to take some chances because their offense has been struggling. But that's just it's the state semifinals, Chris. You got to take your chances.
Well, Douglas has had their opportunities. Of course, they throw the interception in the end zone in the first half and a missed field goal. Now they'll start at the Red Devils 23 with Cameron Dunn on.
Let's see if
to the left of Carpenter.
Let's see if they can take advantage of this and put a score on the board.
This is almost a must score for Douglas something. As Carpenter handing to Dunn. Dunn getting a crack on the ground. There's a stiff arm, and Dunn will sneak up the near sideline just shy of the 20.
But again, almost immediate penetration by the Owensboro defense. There's just nowhere to run up inside right now for the Broncos.
So Douglas will shuffle those running backs. I think Nathan McPeak and coordinator Evander Harris trying to find something that works on the ground as Dunn gets his first carry.
Yes, they are, and they're also starting to use a few more RPOs along the way.
Gain of a deuce, second down and long as Carpenter finding Bryant. There is a little hole, and Bryant, a gain of a few as Rogers and companions on the Owensboro stop.
Yes. Again, we get to what, a 3rd and 4. We got about a 3rd and 4, 4.5 here, and I would not be surprised if we see another run.
Number 13,
10:30 left in this fourth. Maybe Thomas Howard territory. Anytime there's a big play needed, he's generally a focal point.
We've seen this motion a lot.
They're down and medium. That ball dumped out in the flat. Dunn breaks a tackle, and he's going to be tripped up about 1.5 yards short of a first down up to the 16.
Chris, I don't think we'll see the kicking team this time.
So 4th down and 2, and there is absolutely no movement on that sideline, so the offense on the field.
Yeah, I think Coach McPhee wants to send a message to his team that they need to finish here.
Talked about can they run with 10 in the box. They're going to try and do it right here on 4th and a couple. And a huge play. It's Bryant up the gut. He's got a first down and more as Bryant tripped up at the 4 and a gain of 12 on 4th down.
They did an awesome job there. Classic Ty Bryant the last couple of weeks, just carrying the team on his back to victory.
A 12-yard run, perhaps the largest 12-yard run of his career, as Douglas on the doorstep after a 4th down run.
Yeah, the offensive line did a great job of washing the Red Devils out of the hole, and he just cut it back behind there, and he did an awesome job.
Now Bryant back out behind Carpenter. Broncos trying to make this a 2-score game. Ty gets the call out to the right, and he's upended short of the boundary.
I tell you what, Chris, this Red Devils defense is tenacious. They do not quit.
Well, how about the tenaciousness of Bryant on those back-to-back carries and a huge 4th down conversion.
Unbelievable. That was amazing.
2nd down and goal as Douglas inching their way. Johnson in motion. Bryant gets the call, and Bryant in for 6.
Flag.
And a flag. There is a penalty on that far side, and oh boy, it will be a hold.
The hold aside, Chris, another great run by Ty Bryant. He had somebody at his feet when he took the handoff, and he made him miss.
So that'll take the score off the board. And Douglas trying to get another glimpse at that potential infraction.
Yeah, right there. It was 85 on the edge. He had his arms around the outside of the defender. It looked like he wrapped him up because the white hat, P.D. Lewis, I believe, he threw it late.
From the 11, it's 2nd down and goal. Neither team has scored in this second half. Douglas with a touchdown run from Davon Hart, 2-yard touchdown run at the 7:43 mark of the quarter. Then the second quarter safety for Owensboro, and that's been it. And Carpenter across the middle, and that ball bobbled and incomplete. Trying to find Tate Johnson, and that ball dislodged by safety Kanye Johnson.
He was in perfect position. It ended up being a double coverage situation right there. Cole Carpenter got to zip that ball in. You can't put it up high.
How many 3rd down opportunities is this Owensboro defense going to deliver? 3rd down and long again. 3rd down and goal for Douglas from the 11.
Yeah, we have the staircase formation that you've been identifying out here again. We're going to get something over here.
Carpenter in the gun, faces the pressure. Sack back at the 21-yard line.
He had Tylon Webb again out here on that same action. But at that time, he took a big shot.
That's Xander Early, his 2nd sack tonight, and Douglas will attempt a lengthy field goal as Early around the edge.
Oh, yeah. Right up the middle.
Oh, excuse me, up the gut.
Right up the middle.
So Ranvier on. This will be a 37-yard field goal.
Let's see if they got the left side figured out, because it wasn't very good last time.
The Rebels, or rather the Devils, with a block on the last try. This from the far hash for Ranvier. And Ranvier's kick may be partially blocked, but it's well short. Owensboro holds again.
Again, not very good protection for the kicker there. That is something that Coach McPeak is going to be very disappointed with.
You just wonder how many times Owensboro, how many chances are they going to get before they finally deliver on offense?
Yes, and how many times are the Broncos going to be given, great field position and not get any points out of it?
2 missed field goals for Douglas. Interception in the end zone. We'll see what role that might have. There's a handoff around the edge, and Deion Winstead, some fresh legs. He'll take it close to the 30 and close to a first down.
He bounced that right outside. He hit it up inside, then he saw the opening outside. He bounced outside with a nice burst of speed.
Up to the 32, a blast of 12 as Owensboro has it first down and 10. Boone tries Winstead again, and too much closing speed, a loss of a few, and Darian Neal delivers again.
He's all over, he's everywhere. He's right there when they need a play, and it's just hard to run the same play 2 times in a row at this defense. They're too fast and too strong. Darian
Neal with a key fumble recovery in this game. 2 tackles for a loss, and this will net a loss of 2. Second down and a dozen for Owensboro. Boone, plenty of time. He's going to steer it down that far sideline, and shadow coverage intended for Rogers.
Yes, and they have Rogers covered up pretty well. They have a safety over the top and a corner underneath. They're double covering him, the Broncos.
Nathan McPeak at the bottom of our vision here. You can't see him on the screen. He's about 20 yards shy from any other Douglas football player, just taking a little space, pacing back in action now. He knows the enormity of this third down play. 3rd down and 12. 2 receivers to the near side as Boone. Plenty of time. There is a flag, and that ball caught, but it's likely coming back. It's Pendleton. He's tripped up at the 38, but a hold will be called in the Red Devil backfield.
Yes, again, they ran that route earlier and it was open and he missed it, but a pretty obvious hold. The left guard tackled the defensive lineman for the Broncos.
3rd down and 12 becomes 3rd down and much longer. Is that play well called, but there was the apparent and obvious hold. Now, if Owensboro can't connect on 3rd and long, surely to heavens they're not going to go for it again, are they?
I can't imagine.
I mean, my goodness.
You never know, though.
3rd down and 24 at least. And Boone, 3-man rush, rolling right. He is going to heave it, and that ball is
intercepted.
It was picked off by Douglas. Intercepted by the Broncos. Logan Busen.
Everywhere. He's everywhere tonight.
And how about the hands by Busen to go high and pluck it out of the chilly sky.
What a play by an outside linebacker. Unbelievable. Great job. That kid has grown up this right here in front of our eyes these last 2 weeks.
And the Broncos again with the starting drive inside Owensboro territory. They'll be nestled at the 42.
You have the receiver at the top here jumped off.
Oh my goodness. Ty Bryant is the back. It'll be 5 yards infraction on Frederick Douglas.
Coach McPeak just dropped his head. He's just a lot of frustration this evening. But Chris, you're looking here, 6:38. You know, Owensboro has 2 of their timeouts. So you're probably looking at a couple first downs, and you can milk this clock all the way to the end.
One would assume that Ty Bryant will be the focal point of this drive for Frederick Douglas.
I would assume no one else.
First down and 15 for the Broncos. The winner will take on the winner of Bowling Green and Southwestern for the 5A title next Saturday at 8 p.m. at Kroger Field. There is a pass out in the flat. That's Cam Dunn in space. And Dunn not very slippery this time as he'll take it to the 49-yard line and lose about a yard.
That was an outstanding tackle. Outstanding tackle out there. I believe that was number 5, Rogers again. He is everywhere.
It was actually, 9, Javion Robinson.
Javion Robinson, I apologize.
No, they both look the same with that number, but it was Robinson.
I mean, that was an amazing tackle. One-on-one in the open field.
9 and 5 look very similar from this distance. Loss of 2, so second down at 17. Under 6 now in the fourth. Yes, Carpenter leaving it with Bryant, and Bryant with the burst, and there's the play as Bryant gonna go all the way in. Touchdown!
Touchdown Broncos. They came back with a little counter tray action, and the Red Devils just got a little too far up the field, and Bryant made them pay.
That's the play, the Mason Douglas to the title game. Ty Bryant from 51 yards.
Let's look at it right here, Chris. As you can see, you have the guard and the tight end pulling. Yep, they just did a great job blocking up. They washed everybody out. Big hole, Ty Bryant, winning time.
The will to win, and the Broncos with a key score and a 13-2 lead.
You know, that kid just impresses you every week. Just impresses you every week.
Well, and that play followed up by, or preceded by, the Logan Busen interception. Douglas with 4 takeaways tonight is that kick up, and Ranvier adds one to the tally. Unpile some bodies there, and that'll take us to a break. 5:45 left. Douglas leading on Glycod.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Ty Bryant from 51 yards, and Douglas a huge score.
The counter tray action was great. The tight end wrapped up inside, and he actually had no one to block. They washed the whole defense away, and like he said, winning time here. Ty Bryant putting the team on his back and taking him probably to the championship game.
Owensboro still 2 timeouts remaining, but their offense has been futile for the most part tonight in this Douglas defense.
Outstanding again.
Sure has been. And the Red Devils defense been outstanding as well, as Ranvier will pound it in for a touchback.
To your point, Chris, you can only hang on for so long against the Broncos with your defense because they've had the ball so much of the game. Now you're looking at the Red Devils probably having to do some things that they're not very comfortable with. They're going to have to throw the ball a lot and move pretty quickly.
Well, Red Devils kicker Andrew Lance has been a non-factor. This young man, career connecting on 205 extra points. We'll tell you more about his stature here in a moment as that ball peppered out for a gain of about 3. That was Rogers. But Lance, we haven't seen him except for one kickoff tonight, but he's the number 6 all-time Kentucky career extra point maker.
I'd like to see him maybe make a kick.
Again, Douglas keeping him off the field as Owensboro's lone points occurring on a first half safety. Rolling right is Boone, and Boone going to send it in congestion. That's Pendleton, and Pendleton will gather and be slung to the ground to the 37, a gain of 10 and a first down.
That was a really nice throw there by Boone. He rolled out. He actually set his feet that time. He made a good throw. He's really good when he sets his feet.
Pendleton came on like gangbusters, 3 catches for 66 last week. He's got 3 more grabs tonight. And Owensboro on the march to their 35. They'll go hurry up. There's Boone. 3-man drop. three-man rush, rather, and Boone rolling left, and he's going to usher it out for an incompletion.
Yes. Great coverage there, three-man rush, great coverage, nowhere to go with the ball.
Jamarian Harkless is back out there on this drive for Douglas. He was injured earlier in this quarter, did not play on the last Douglas defensive series.
That's great news for the Broncos.
And Owensboro now second down and long is Boone. Hand up the gut and a sack back to the 21-yard line. Jalen Hand.
Chris, that was very impressive right there. He just ran right through the right guard for Owensboro. Right through him. Yep. Right through him.
And his third sack of the year.
KC Boone had no chance right there.
Third down and long from the Owensboro 22-yard line. Here's a four-man rush, and Boone. There is a flag thrown. That ball caught. Nice catch, but perhaps coming back up at the 43-yard line. Blake Kimbrell with his first catch, but some laundry back in the backfield. Two infractions on Owensboro.
Like we said, when they're having to do things that they're not accustomed to, and they're just they're not comfortable doing this. Yeah, in that situation, Hand got tackled there by the right tackle of Owensboro. Easy call for the White Hat. Now we've got third and even longer with 4 minutes left.
Owensboro's got to take this up to their 46 for a first down. So line of scrimmage at the 12. That's third down and 34-ish. Bronco defense salivating at an opportunity to rush around the edge. We've got a stoppage. Katie Lewis, the second, the White Hat, will re-signal the starting of play.
Well, maybe you try to get half of it. Maybe you just try to get half of it here.
Now Boone, when an empty set on third down and a mile, and he's going to gun it short. Incomplete. Tayshawn Benford and Owensboro.
It looks like they're going to stay on the field here, Chris.
Fourth down and 37 or so.
Here comes the punt team.
Enjoyed chatting with Jay Fallon before the game. He has continued the success of this Owensboro program. Of course, 2 state championships back in the day for the Red Devils. They're seeking their third, and we're going to have a timeout for Frederick Douglass with 4:14 on the clock after a Douglass timeout. Fourth down when we come back to the farm in Lexington on Glycod.com.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Back live at the farm in Lexington, Frederick Douglass, 4:14 away, a trip from their third state championship. We'll take on the winner, perhaps, of Bowling Green Southwestern as the Broncos seek their elusive state title. This would be their third championship appearance. Good one on to punt for the Red Devils. It's been an adventure at times, and good one this time. We'll kick it away, trying to evade Bryant, and it steers down the near sideline, down at the 39-yard line.
A great punt, way to get him out of there, but again, they're in desperate straits here with 4 minutes left.
A net punt of 54 yards. And the Douglas Broncos at their 39. It's not been the cleanest performance tonight, but that defense is something else.
Yes, well, those defenses will make you look sloppy. But, again, both offenses have been, with fits and starts. And then, you have when you want to win, you just give it to Ty Bryant. So that's their formula right now.
Bryant, a 51-yard touchdown run in the preceding drive has swollen this lead to 12. As the Broncos with the staircase to the far side, and Carpenter will dump it out in the flat. And no gain. Nice tackle by the cornerback, tripping up Webb.
Kind of surprised to see the ball go up in the air there, Chris.
The Broncos trying to burn some time. Owensboro still with 2 stops remaining. Excellent crowd on hand. A lot of orange toboggans for this Bronco fan base. A fan base and a program that's still developing in year 6. And hearing Coach McPeak trying to develop the culture and the community interest certainly there for this growing program, but trying to build a program. That pass out in the flat, gathered by Tate Johnson, and Johnson, a slippery run up to the 42.
Again, they're surprising me by throwing the ball around here. I would just be turning around and handing it to Ty Bryant. So,
in an Owensboro timeout, as the Red Devils pause play, and we'll keep things right here with just over 3 minutes in this fourth quarter. And the Broncos certainly, in hearing Coach McPeak talk before the game about the trip. All these games have been at home, but the level of competition has been very strong with Covcath, a top 5 RPI team in round 2. Then you've got a very good Woodford team, and then of course Owensboro this week.
And as they've gone along, they've kind of met those challenges. And like you said earlier, it's not been the most pretty performance, but their defense is just beautiful to watch. They just shut everyone down, and they really don't give teams very many opportunities to score.
We will have our Elite Building Products Most Outstanding Player at the conclusion of this game, and goodness, we Ty Bryant, the recipient last week, and certainly a viable candidate tonight, but you got to look very strong on the defensive side of the ball.
Very, very, very strongly. Abuson, you could really pick any of them. Hand, Harkless, all of those guys. They're so stout, and they're so fundamentally sound. They just do a great job of running the ball and pursuing.
Darian Neal as well.
Darian Neal, yeah. I mean, they're all every one of them deserve it, really.
And the Broncos offense trying to extend this drive. 3rd down and 7. 3:08 in the 4th. And Carpenter this time will hand to Bryant, and Bryant breaking tackles, taking it up to the 45-yard line. So Owensboro 1 timeout remaining, and clock now stops. We have an official stoppage out on the field. Got an injured Owensboro player. We will get that attended to and take a quick break. 2:48 in the 4th. We'll be right back to Lexington on Glycod.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Ty Bryant off the field. Looked like perhaps a cramp of some sort, but he's off. Kenyatta Carbon was injured briefly as well for Owensboro, so he's off. And it's 4th down and 4 for Douglas from their 45.
I believe we have the punt team out here in the huddle.
Nathan McPeak trying to get the White Hats' attention as Bronco special teams play so strong versus Woodford last week. Not so much versus Covcath the week before. And Had 2 missed field goals tonight, and it's not been their best special teams effort, to put it mildly.
But you know what, Chris? When you have a defense like that and you have Ty Bryant, you're going to win a lot of games.
And Douglas will call timeout. We'll keep things right here as the Broncos strategize. Again, at the conclusion of this game, feel free to flip on over to Bryan Station Bullet East, also on Glycod, and Mail Ballard. Down on the audio side, we'll have that one for you as well here on glycod.com tonight, and hope to continue to follow these teams next week for the state championships commencing Friday at Kroger Field and concluding on Saturday. And Kellen, you've been part of a state championship or two team back in the 90s with Mail, and now you've got a Douglas team trying to do the same thing.
You know, it's always tough to get over the hump. Fortunately for me, when I was a sophomore, people helped me out, and then as a senior, I knew how to do it. But these guys have a lot of leadership, Ty Bryant being one. You know, they have a lot of other seniors on the defense, Harkless and those guys, and Neal. And so they're going to be ready for this challenge next week.
Cooper Ranvier on to punt for the Broncos, and Khalil Rogers for Owensboro set to return. And Ranvier, a spiraling, that is a gorgeous kick. Rogers will retreat and watch it trickle down at the 18 and be touched right there for Frederick Douglass.
He's a real weapon, Chris. Very, very important part of their team.
37-yard punt for Ranvier, and on comes this Owensboro offense. Still 2:04 left in the fourth. Owensboro needing 2 touchdowns.
Chris, let's see if they can move the ball here a little bit and maybe get close. Maybe get one in.
Ethan Pendleton has been efficient in the pass game. They've connected with Rogers a couple times through the air as well, but it's been a tough effort by this Red Devil offense as Boone will send it far side and an incompletion.
It's tough because they're so quick in covering up their zones. It's unbelievable.
Trying to find Goodwin out there. He had the 39-yard run by Kenyatta Carbon. That is the lengthiest play from scrimmage tonight for Owensboro. Second down now at 10 is Boone rolling to the near side, and he'll be brought down back at the 15. And Owensboro quickly will call their third and final timeout.
Yeah, Chris, again, the story of the night is that front. Owensboro having a tough time staying in front of them. They tried to move the pocket again there. They're just unable to stay in front of those guys on defense.
This Douglas defense coordinated by Jeffrey Poe as we get another look, and so much speed at so many positions.
Yeah, just rolling out to the right is really tough. The right tackle for Owensboro's had a tough night against against Busan and against Neal.
Busan.
Busan. I apologize. Busan and Neal.
And the Douglas defense with their +3 turnovers tonight, that now inches them up to +25 on the season, and that's just an incredible figure.
That's amazing.
25+ turnover margin, and you consider the notion that so many of their games have occurred with running clock. So they haven't played the full allotment of time in so many second halves this year.
That's an incredible number, and it just shows the talent and the coordination and the ability of this Broncos defense.
Now the Broncos defense on the field as Owensboro third down and long. Still 1:51 in the fourth. 2 receivers each side as Boone in the gun. And he's going to heave it as far as he can, looking for Pendleton, and that ball nearly intercepted.
Yeah, 2 Broncos had a shot there, and then it hit the ground.
Pendleton landing awkwardly as he tried to catch that ball, and he is ailing a bit. We'll take a timeout. 4th and long coming up. Back to Lexington after this on Glycod.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Ethan Pendleton landing awkwardly on that long pass attempt. And good to see him up on his feet as Owensboro staring at 4th down and long from their 15-yard line.
Yeah, they've seen a few of these tonight, Chris. Let's see if they can complete a pass, get a first down, and maybe get a little momentum at the end of this game.
Updating the ticker as we speak. We will get that uploaded and ready for view here momentarily. Some local scores of note just coming in. And again, with the differential in start times, so many of these other games still in the first half. Trips to the near side is Boone on 4th down and long, and he's going to gun it as far as he can, and that ball deflected, intercepted again. On the carom, the Broncos get another pick. It's Isaiah Kinney.
He's all over the place. He made the big play last week. Uh-oh. Let's run to our sideline, guys. Great play. But like I said before, they're just so great at closing down the space that you have. So if you think you're open, you're not. It's an unbelievably well-coached defense.
Isaiah Kinney, his 6th interception of the year. Douglas +4 on turnovers tonight. And we're a knee or two away from a Douglas trip to Kroger Field as you get another look at that Kinney interception.
Yeah, Chris, just a great job of being in the right place at the right time. That's a real talent. That's something that some kids have and some kids don't, and Kinney's got that. He's very good at that.
A lot of the fans beneath us getting an early start home. Davon Hart now on for the Broncos.
It's the victory formation here, Chris.
Ty Bryant with a big 51-yard touchdown rush, extending this Bronco lead to 12, and Douglas feels it as they know they're on their way to a state championship berth next Saturday at 8 o'clock.
And we will see who they're playing right now. It looks like Bowling Green. They're up 33-6 as we speak.
Of course, Douglas taking on South Warren in last year's title game. It seems like every year you've got one or the other, Southwestern or Bowling Green, perhaps South Warren as well on that side of the bracket. And a knee forthcoming as Douglas going to win this game 14-2.
14-2, and that's just a more impressive defensive performance. Owensboro really never got in position to score. I mean, if you think about it, they never really got in a position where they could score a touchdown. Very impressive by the Broncos defense tonight.
And one more knee. And Frederick Douglass, so much pressure's been on this team all season long. Again, since about May, they've been the team to beat in 5A, and they're one step away. Douglass moving on as two class coaches and great programs will connect at the 50. A lot of mutual respect between Frederick Douglass and Owensboro.
You see each other that many times, you gain a lot of respect for the other opponent.
So the Broncos move on. Our post-game coverage of Frederick Douglass High School football when we come back on Glycod.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small-town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Tonight's postgame recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia. Visit their state-of-the-art showroom at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Or shop online at cartownkiausa.com. Cartown Kia, movement that inspires.
Broncos moving on to the state championship game. They defeat Owensboro 14-2. What more can you say, Kellen, about this Bronco defense?
Any accolades you give them, they fully deserve. Tonight was an impressive performance where Owensboro really never got in a position to score. It was very complete domination by the Bronco defense.
And the Broncos offensively had so many opportunities. The touchdown, rather the interception in the end zone in the first quarter, then 2 missed field goals. This game really could have been much worse.
It could have been much worse. They need to work on that. Those pre-snap penalties that they had, and a lot of just little mistakes along the way that they're having on offense. But when you can lean on a defense like that, you can make a few mistakes on offense and survive to advance.
Dave Onhart, 2-yard touchdown run for Douglas in the first quarter. Then Owensboro with the safety. It was 7-2 at half. And then in the fourth quarter, Ty Bryan, a 51-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos win 14-2 in a similar script to what we saw last week.
Yeah, it was very similar to last week where both teams are very defensive-oriented, defensive-minded. And then when it was time to win, Coach McPeak gave the ball to Ty Bryan and said, "Win it for me, bud." And he did. He just ran down the sideline and said, I'm gonna take you all to the state championship with me.
We'll see if we can get some final stats and update those at the break. But right now, Douglas moving on. They defeat Owensboro 14-2. We'll be right back after this on Glycod.com.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessaminehealth.org/wellness.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Final score tonight, Broncos defeat Owensboro 14-2. We'd like to remind you that Tech 24 has jobs available in the fast-growing field of food service, equipment repair, and maintenance with openings in Lexington. Apply online at mytech24.com/careers. We've just been handed the official stat sheet. Kellen, what stands out as we look at all these figures?
What stands out is Ty Bryant, 14 carries for 98 yards. And then on the other side, you had a guy, Kenyatta Carbon, who was a big-time running back. He had only 10 carries for 65 yards. So, Owensboro was unable to get their running game started. And then the Broncos forced them to do things that they really weren't comfortable doing. And it showed because, again, like we said in the previous segment, they were just unable to get into any form, anywhere close to scoring tonight.
And the Red Devils only 1 of 11 on third down and time of possession. 34 minutes for Douglas, 14 for Owensboro.
And as we said at the beginning of the game, whoever could run the ball and control the clock was going to win the game. And, they eventually wore that Red Devil defense down, though. But give credit to that defense. They are very good, very well coached, and very, very tenacious.
Douglas, 8 penalties, certainly an area they've got to clean up. A couple of bad special teams plays, 2 misses. And then from a positive side on defense, Isaiah Kinney with 7 stops, Darian Neal with 5, including a sack and a fumble recovery. Jalen Hand with 2 sacks, and Ty Bryant a couple of tackles, as well as that big 51-yard touchdown run. And offensively, goodness, it's a little bit of everything again for the Broncos.
Yeah, it's up and down, fits and starts. You want to see them do better. You watch them and you're like, man, they just go, and then one little thing happens and they kind of get down in the dumps about themselves. So they keep that positive momentum going, because next week they might play a team like Bowling Green that can really score and really move the ball.
Cole Carpenter, 17 of 25 with 1 interception, 99 yards, and his adversary, if you will, for the Red Devils, Casey Boone, 6 for 25. 2 interceptions and 52 yards. He just many times had no time to throw the ball.
As we said many times, as soon as the ball was snapped, there were people in his lap, and it was just very hard for them to get anything going. And credit to the Owensboro defense for fighting and keeping them close in this game and let them have a chance for a long time.
Kenyatta Carbon, 10 rushes, 65 yards, and receiving-wise, Ethan Pendleton, 2 for 26. He also had a sack. 14-2, the final score. One more break. We'll also have the Elite Building Products Most Outstanding Player. That when we come back to a frigid farm on Glycod.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Tonight's most outstanding player presented by Elite Building Products. For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building, located at 242 Wilson Drive in Nicholasville. Going with Ethan Pendleton for Owensboro.
Yeah, you know, you have to look at what he did on defense. He showed up on offense and caught the ball and blocked pretty well, but on defense he made the sack in the end zone for the safety and made 7 or 8 tackles. The stats don't show, but he was all over the field tonight. He was the best player that I saw out on the field for them. 12 really popped off the field for them.
And for Douglas, Ty Bryant, and many defensive contenders, I thought Darian Neal stood out.
Yeah, he did a great job because he ultimately is on the wide side of the field for them, and he did a great job closing the gap and rushing the passer quite a bit. And then you have Ty Bryant. You know, what can you say about that kid? He's a leader. He's a winner. And when it's time to win, they're going to give Ty the ball, and they're probably going to win most of the time.
Yeah, Bryant, 51-yard touchdown run when the Broncos needed it most. So they will move on to play for their 3rd state championship in 6 seasons opposite the winner of Bowling Green and Southwestern. That game will kick off next Saturday at 8 o'clock at Kroger Field. 14-0, just one shy of that ultimate goal.
You know, being undefeated is a great goal to have. You know, it's tough. There's a lot of pressure. There's going to be a lot of pressure next week at school talking to all the kids, and everybody's going to tell them, hey, you could be 15-0. So how are they going to finish? You know, can they finish it? And it's going to be tough, but are they going to be able to finish it?
And they are one step away from doing just that. Bryan Station and Bullitt East, that game now in the second half. Bryan Station leading 28-20. Feel free to flip over to that. Keith Elkins, Rick Reams on the call there. That'll conclude our coverage on Douglas High School football on Glycod.com tonight. Kellen Barnes, our analyst, our producers tonight were Steve Bird, as well as Jackson Miller and Joe O'Million out freezing as the camera operator. I'm Chris LaBar. Good night from Lexington. We'll see you next week for more high school football on Glycod.com. Good night.
From Glycod, this has been R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football. R.J. Corman Railroad Group in Nicholasville, serving the railroad industry since 1973. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance agents Sean Atkinson and Kyle Rowe, big on commitment. Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. The Jessamine County Health Department, jessaminehealth.org. The Prescription Pad, your local pharmacy in Nicholasville. Elite Building Products, for all your window, door, and siding needs. CHI St. Joseph Jessamine. And Citizens National Bank.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.